Alright, can you guys hear me? Am I live? I think I'm live. I'm gonna just... I can hear myself, okay. Alright, and yeah, Paul Loveless with the super fan. Unreal. Thanks a lot. Okay. Epic stuff. Thanks for becoming a super fan, guys. This is epic stuff. We have 4 super fans now. It's a lot of cash money. Let's go, baby. Okay. I'm fully committed. Audio's good. Sweet. Okay, sounds good. Alright, you are a super duper fan. Alright, how's the screen there? Is the window here, like, is it like, is my face blocking the browser window? Because it looks fine on my, like, preview thingy, but then once I watch the video later, I always find that the browser is, like, covered up by my face or the chat or something. Anyways, okay, night of vision is, it's easy. Alright, let's go. Alright, and also, yeah, I was gonna give, where's my thingy here? Okay, 9/11 Vision, how do I put you as a moderator? Yeah, so 9/11 Vision is also gonna be a moderator now. Standard, oh, what does this do? Block, no, just do standard. Okay, so we have 2 moderators now, 9/11 Vision and Paul Loveless. And epic stuff, alright. So you guys can hear me? Let's see how many people we have. Okay, it's not showing anything. The setup looks good. I'm viewing on a phone. Okay, epic stuff. I'll just refresh. See how many people. I don't know why it's not showing the analytics here. Alright, so no data. Your face is in a modest rectangle in the corner, not blocking. Alright, sounds good. Yeah. Sometimes it's just this browser thing just covered it up, like the side of the browser. Alright, Stephen F. We have a bunch of super fans going crazy in the chat. Let's go. Okay, it's not showing how many viewers we have. So I have... Oh, actually, we have 10 here on the thingy there. Okay, so we have 10. Okay. Dasby Frasco says, yo. Okay, Joe Lafiamiema says, hi all. Epic stuff. There are cyber threats that can lurk. I don't check the audio on this one. Alright. Let's just wait a bit and then we'll go live. Alright, just put the live chat on. Alright. We are good. Okay, we have, okay, doesn't, yeah, 9 people here it shows. Okay, so epic stuff. Alright, we have a lot to go over. I was trying to cover some of the stuff. So I put a lot of these notes here, if you see my screen. Basically, like, what could make the cut on the live stream, or what we could talk about, just keeps me on track. And some of them I haven't actually dived into it, and I was hoping to dive into it during this live stream. Alright, and let's see what we have in store. I'm gonna go all posts. Okay, and I'll share the link as always. Whoops, that's the live stream. Okay, as always, all the links will be up here. Yeah, something's not letting me comment here. I have no idea what's going on here. Okay, this is bad news bears. I can't even move this. Just 1 second, I just don't even know what in the world's going on here. Prism Studio. Okay, like I can't even move it. Sorry. Why isn't it letting me open? What is it? Okay, okay, there's the button. Okay, so that's it. Alright. Oh yeah, there's a chat. Okay, now I could use it. Okay. Sorry about that. I had some technical issues. Alright, so there's a link to all the stuff, and where did live stream stats go? Put that right here. And yeah, so we have some notes right here. Okay, let's go over the notes, and I think we have enough. We have 11 people now, maybe a bit more. YouTube hiding my comments about directed energy weapons. Interesting. Okay, make it live. See what there it is. Yeah, if you have some issues with the comments, you could always email me at contact@mes. Contact@mes.fm, and then I'll and then let me know that you emailed me, and I'll check the email. All right, let's dive right in. You guys saw the epic setup right here. This profile photo is pretty epic. So this was coined. Yeah, the exotic vacuum objects. It was this word epic though was actually coined by that code tech guy, that anti-flat earther guy. And then I stole from him. That's pretty epic. So, and I wrote, okay, epic vacuum objects, EVOs, not on your channel. Yeah, YouTube hiding my comments about directed energy. Yeah, YouTube is just wild. TikTok's the absolute worst. You can't use the word dumb on TikTok. They'll literally ban you. And for some reason, I can't even comment on TikTok, on my own TikTok. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's see the setup here. All right, guys, MES links as always. All the stuff will be here on MES links. So you go on MES links, guys. Everything will be there. Actually, what I'll start doing is, so this is a good paper here on EVOs. On MES links, I started doing, I added these ChatGPT calculators that I use with ChatGPT. These other ones my brother made. And then, okay, made a comment on a Joe Rogan video. Interesting. Okay. And, yeah, so ChatGPT, and I'm working on a unit conversion calculator. It's going to be pretty epic. So I made this one. And so on. I'll make one with much more capabilities. But anyways, TikTok just makes people dumber. I think everything makes everyone dumber. But also people choose to be dumb. So that's the other thing. Yeah, direct energy. The other thing, Joe Rogan may even have a keyword. You can add words to block. So Joe Rogan may even added if you add direct energy weapon in the comments, auto blocked. All right. So that was the next one. So another one, become a super fan. You guys, become a super fan like Paul Loveless. Oh, Methyl Miners here. Let's go, baby. All right, guys, become a super fan. Throw some money at me and try to do this full time. And yeah, gotta cover the cost of that samples I got. Oh yeah, I'll show you the samples soon. Okay, and another thing is, okay, so right here, be nice in the comments. YouTube auto removes mean words, and I manually remove block trolls. Especially when I do the flat Earth videos, there's a lot of people going ham, going like crazy in the comments, just insulting each other. Anyways, okay. All right, and yeah, and let's see, continue more. Okay, so another thing I'm gonna point is, yeah, so next Saturday's 9/11 presentation on disinfo agents by 9/11 Revisionist. 9/11 Revisionist is gonna be presenting on the live stream, so it's gonna be a bit different than the usual. So he's gonna be presenting, and we'll chime in every now and then. He had a presentation he made actually for this gene warfare guy on yeah, these disinfo agents that they said that we can go on their channel, I mean on their live stream or Zoom call and present do and dosification stuff, but they lied. They lied just to get us to shut up, and yeah, so 9/11 Originalists actually spent hours presenting preparing a 2-hour presentation. And just to be blocked by those gene warfare guys. But anyways, we'll go to there, gene warfare. Let's go MES truth here. Okay, this was the okay, gene warfare. Let's go block. Where's the Zoom call? Okay, yeah, this one here, 9/11 Revisionist gets kicked out of Zoom and yeah, kicked out and banned from the Zoom call. This was one of those Zoom meetings from that war room, whatever. So these guys, every Sunday they have at 5 p.m. I think Eastern time, they have this war room, but they don't let you talk. They don't let you talk anything important. All right. Okay, let's go. Looking forward to this stream and next. Yeah, and then I also have another live stream that's gonna be prepared. So this one here, Mark Conlon on the supposed planes research on February 24th. So that'll be an interesting one. So he's researched the alleged planes a long time, and it's probably the most perplexing aspect of all of 9/11. It's like, so he'll be on the show, Mark Conlon. If you want to see his planes research, there's this BitChute channel where because otherwise you get most of the stuff on YouTube will get banned if you talk about the so-called planes there. So we'll put that in, and that's Mark Conlon, planes research. So he's pretty epic, and be good to ask a lot of questions. But also got to be careful I don't get banned. And also another one is in the future, or at least after March, John Hutchison plus his wife Nancy live stream possibly this year. That's in the works. So that's gonna be epic stuff here. And another thing, so Hutchison has a private Hutchison Facebook group. Hutchison lab investigations. But he told me he lost his password for it, so now he can't add people that want to try to get added onto it. And I asked him to make me an admin, so he may make me an admin once he logs in, or he said he would. So that'd be pretty epic. As a pilot, I'm looking especially forward to Mark Conlon, recreational pilot. Yeah, yeah. This plane stuff is, it's I believe an A object hit, but it's again it's not like 9/11 where you have like infinite data, like or infinite evidence. The other one you have like literally a short few seconds, and there's very little footage of any plane ever going that fast at a low altitude. So that'd be interesting. But I do have something about that. This steel beam versus car. So steel beam, the snowplow just splits the car in half, like almost undamaged. Okay, going further in our setup here. Oh, okay, so another thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to check the chat less often, put a timer for 15 minutes, or maybe just ignore the timer. But yeah, so because I was told that I kind of sidetrack whenever I'm talking something, and then I look at the comments and I try to answer it as opposed to continuing with this. Okay, so right later again, late again. Tucker tries greetings. Okay, greetings, Tucker. Okay, yeah, and my cousin's a pilot for Air Canada. Okay, I'm epic stuff. Yeah, Air Canada. Did he have to take the vax for Air Canada? That's the real question. All right, because I think you have to. Okay, so the next one, yeah. So I'll try to check the chat less often, or at least not to be distracted. All right. So another thing is, so Hutchison effect samples arrived. Message UBC to get tested, and UBC has a metal materials lab testing set up there. So when I was at UBC, there's actually an electron microscope near the mining lab that I was at. So I was there for a while. All right, and I'm gonna go here. Okay, so got a comment from, let's see this one here. All right, so that's the 9/11 plane story by 9/11 Originist. We'll get to that later, but again, I want to try to focus as I do. All right, Hutchison effect sample. So Hutchison effect samples, we'll go here, and you can just go samples. And we're going to go, so here's the Hutchison effect samples I got. They're pretty epic. I'll show them in a live stream soon. So that's, this one is, the spoon is all twisted up. This is metal here, and these are all solid. Like, they are absolutely solid steel. And they're just literally just bending or warping. Okay, okay, so next setup here. So there is, yeah, this solid block. There's this wrench that's somehow bent like that. And, yeah, so there's the wrench, 3 different perspective there. And, yeah, this one is pretty epic. There's a spoon you put inside. I realized the spoon can actually come off. That was interesting. There's a spoon end of it off. And this part here looks like it's melted somehow. And this is epic. So I would like to get this tested. And I'll actually go bring this out here. Okay, and I'm going to go get the samples. All right. All right, so I have the samples here. Actually, I don't need the headphones on right now. So I have the samples. They're pretty heavy though. They're absolute solid. Okay, so here's the wrench. See my monitor here. So this wrench right here, it's absolutely like solid. Like to be able to bend it like this, it's very hard. Like yeah, and there's no clamps on it anywhere. So however they did it, has no sign on anywhere of these. So it's not easy. This is absolute solid stuff here. All right, and then this material right here. Okay, this one here, you can see how a regular cut is just a flat head like that. And this one here, it literally looks like it was mushed. And this is a solid piece. Like they're all solid, and they're heavy. I think it was like $100 Canadian just the shipping. There's another piece right here as a interesting setup here. It's hard to see it. See the monitor. And it was this piece like that, and then there's this one. But the hands get all metal stuff on it. All right, so here's this sample. This one's a heavy one. And there's this solid, like, it's melted and then it became solid, or yeah, somehow melted. But the rest of everything else is fine, just that one piece there. So it looks like it was dude right on that edge. And there's a spoon now. I'll get the spoon out. Yeah, so this spoon, this is very interesting. It's like, it's warped in here, and again, this is. I think this is aluminum or whatever it is, or even actually they might be just steel. No, it is steel. I think it is steel. It is steel. A steel spoon, and it is solid as well. It is and it does not look like it was heated. Like None of there's nothing. There's no marks anywhere on it. It's perfectly smooth and perfectly like twisted in. Like you, even if you did this with just rubber, it's harder. It won't even look this nice. Rubber will have some bend marks. So like it's bent without any actual stretch marks or anything. It's like a perfectly smooth. It looks like it was formed in this shape. So that's kind of. It doesn't look like it was bent. It would look like it was formed in this actual shape. So that's epic. So yeah, that cost me $500. That's including shipping. $100 of shipping. So donate MES, baby. Okay. Let's see what else we got. All right, so those are the samples. This is epic stuff here. Actually, I could have made my screen bigger when I showed you, but you already have them right here. Anyways, and now we're gonna go Ron Muckle's samples here. This is from Ron Muckle. So he sent me these photos of his. So this one's split up, and look at that. There, and this is another bend there. This one here, the material looks like all, yeah, it looks like styrofoam, but it's again solid metal. And this one here, whatever happened there, that's pretty epic stuff. Okay, and there's another one. This one here, I believe it's yeah, dissimilar material. It might be wood, or I don't know what it was inside there, but these are two different metals or different materials. Yeah, they're two different materials, all just merged into each other somehow. Okay, and that is, yeah, some epic stuff here. This is all right. And if you see these images, this was this image right here is my thumbnail. So December 15th, 1956. People, yeah, it was a paper or a newspaper about a paper claiming that they were able to create the universe inside a jar, so like with plasma and so on. And Ken Shoulders, who was he was a big-time scientist. He actually started looking at this when he was trying to replicate John Hutchison work. And in this image on the top left is the one I just showed you. That was mine. And this one right here, this is from Bob Greener and Martin Fleischmann Memorial Project. And on these images, these parts right here, that's the I think it's the sunspots. And he's claiming that they're basically the same things happening in the sun is happening on the John Hutchison sample, and it has the same fractal setup there. And this is ball lightning from like 100 years ago or so. There's been a lot of claims of ball lightning, a lot of eyewitness testimony and so on. What is the origin of Ron Muckle's materials? Ron Muckle, yeah, he got those from John Hutchison as well. He got these like I think 4 years ago when he first contacted me. He bought these on eBay. So John Hutchison has an eBay store, but I think they're like all sold out. And so he bought these. He bought them, I think, also similar price. He probably paid, I think, $450 Canadian altogether. He got it from the UK. So this is all. These are all John Hutchison samples. And okay, he also said the. Let's see this. Oh yeah, that'd be interesting. I would like to ask Hutchison about the types of setup he used, what frequency waves and setup he does, because I think he just tunes it randomly and sees what happens. All right, that's epic stuff. Okay, Eric Dollard and Philo Farnsworth claimed they did this with vacuum tubes. Yeah, possibly. And yeah, the Ken Shoulders guy was looking at his stuff. His is pretty interesting. All right, so that was the samples. And again, that cost me 500 bones. So donate to MES, baby. So $500, 360 USD. And let's see how much it is the Canadian. It's unreal, the conversion rate. 360, so 483. Okay, it dropped a bit. It was 500 before. All right, and let's see the other setup I wanted to show. So this is the lab. I'll be contacting this one right here. This is materials lab. But also contact maybe the mining facility. This is the UBC one. I'll contact them and see what they have. This is they have an email here. This is Department of Materials Engineering. I did actually a course in materials engineering as well as part of my master's. So it'll be interesting setup there. I'll try to get them to do an electron microscope and some just element analysis. See what kind of elements are near the sample and away from it, like or near the Hutchison effect sample parts, and the ones away. Let's go to the samples again. Yeah. So what I want to do is, especially this material, or actually all of them, basically see the difference, the material like right here, and then as opposed to just beside it or somewhere further away where it was undamaged. All right. Okay, Paul Levis, another $5. Epic stuff. This is a drop in the bucket, but a drop nonetheless. And I also got a comment right here. I guess it's Saturn Storm Cube. It's like bookmarked there. Let's see this. Yeah, I don't know if this is you, Paul, or someone else is on Reddit. Let's go, and everyone can contribute at least $5 today. Okay, epic stuff. Everyone contribute $5 or more. US dollar to my currency is 1 to 1,890 or 1890. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No worries if you can't donate, but if you can, throw some cash. You know what to do. All right, and let's go to close some stuff here. All right. John Hutchison samples arrived. Ron Michael samples. Okay, and then this info trolls attacking eyes is watching. Okay, maybe go to another one. Actually, I have it. So my cousin actually has the eyes is watching channel. BitChute, he's pretty big. He's getting pretty huge, but he has like infinite bots like attacking him, like absolute infinite, and they just call him Jewish, and they put all these like anti-Semitic memes on him for some reason. So this is all bots, and anytime he uploads a video, he gets all these people just mocking him, and I had to delete the ridiculous one. So like you got these images for some reason, and yeah, so there's. And it's absolutely like profane. I didn't show the ridiculous ones. All right, Timothy, another $5. Epic stuff. Drop. And then these are the. Oh, Paul Levis, that was you. Epic stuff. So the Paul Levis, that was you in the Reddit. Epic. All right. And yeah, so the BitChute right here. My cousin's getting huge, but he has like literally an entire troll farm attacking him, and they always have these anti-Semitic stuff on him for some reason. So that's pretty messed up stuff, and then he reports them, they get deleted, and they create new ones, they even create like videos against them, so it's scary stuff. Anyways, and so that was, and I had to delete the ones that are like actually graphic. I don't want to get my channel suspended. Anyways, going further, and let's see, yeah, disinfo trolls attacking eyes watch. Okay, steel car versus car video mythbusters. I wanted to show this earlier because it's pretty epic. So this is again going back to the alleged objects or whatever it was hitting the buildings. So check this out. Right
We're
here.
ready to launch.
This is from the Mythbusters, and they had a snowplow.
Bunkers in the bunker with.
I don't want to get a copyright claim, so just get enough to show it. Okay, so they have a snowplow, like just a flat side like that, and then going at a car at about 500 miles an hour. All right, it blows it up, but if you look at the slow-mo, okay, where's the slow-mo? Let's see the number.
In a sixth of a second, the rockets fire. And 75,000 pounds of thrust throw the super plow along the track at a spectacular 550 miles per hour.
Yeah, so 550 miles an hour. Again, this just shows you different materials. So there's the car, absolutely cut in half. And the steel plow is gone, but it was actually it wasn't disappeared from the car, but from the concrete block. Let's see this. Okay, here's a slow motion. Let's see.
And I expected it was just shoot.
So it cuts it in half.
And the car, we couldn't even
It
see
blows
the
up right
split
on
shoots
it
when we
on
walked under.
the concrete wall. But again, and then this cuts through even the engine. Let's go to the slow motion. Okay,
That's because it's in 1,000 tiny pieces.
Okay, so let's go. Okay, there's a slow motion right here. Look at this plow going through.
After cutting a slice through the car, the solid steel super plow disintegrated on impact with the concrete barrier.
Yeah, so it literally cuts it in half. Again, this goes to the materials. If you have aluminum plane, solid steel of just structural steel.
After cutting a slice through the car, the solid steel super plow.
Holy, okay, this is some epic stuff. All right, let's continue powering through. We have a lot of stuff here. And let's see the next setup here. All right, so right here is optical illusion. I included this because there's pretty epic stuff here. So a MES window optical illusion named after MES. So if you've ever seen this optical illusion, and my cousin actually, yeah, Steve Eyes, yeah, he actually found this out. Okay, let's see. Matt GM Balls Beer too. Thank you, Timothy, and we have another $5. Oh, let's go, guys. That's Sabi. Thanks for the cash money. All right, we're just making bank today. Thank you. And let's go window. Okay, so this optical illusion is called this one right here.
Wind, and you'll see the thing spinning. There we are. I'll hold it at the same level as your eyes, and we'll let it go. Now you know that it's turning around in circles. In fact, if you look at it from above, you can see that it's turning around in a circle. But now your brain is doing something strange. It's telling you that it's not going around in a circle, but it's oscillating. In other words, it's turning part way, stopping, and then going back the other way. Now, I placed a little piece of double-sided sticky tape on the ballpoint pen. You can use ordinary sticky tape if you like. I'll place it right through the center of the window and press it in place like that. Now this time, by fixing on the pen, you'll be able to see that the pen is going around in a circle and not going backwards and forwards. But what's your brain going to tell you about the window? Will your brain allow you to see the window going around in a circle with the pen? Or are you going to see something really strange?
So the pen's in a circle, this one's back.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? You can see the pen going around in a circle, but your brain is telling you that the window is going part way around and turning and going the other way. And yet in order to do that, the two things have to pass through one another, the pen and the window. You know it's not possible. You know it can't happen. And yet as you look at it, you see them going through one another every time they go around.
All right, and yeah, so I was told it was called an MES window. Yeah, so it's a MES window. So MES window. So that's, yeah, so it's optical illusions called a MES window. Epic stuff. That's mind blowing. All right, let's continue powering through. Oh yeah, so Matt G says, look at the debris that flew out of that. Yeah, that snowplow. Yeah, for sure, and it's everywhere. And let's continue. Further, and also snowplow does not turn like everything into dust. It's not turning the car into dust. All right, another one here. So Gabriel got this no experiment for Earth's motion. Quote from the Witsit clown ignores next paragraph about absolute motion. We'll just ignore that. Some flat Earth one. That Gabriel guy. I couldn't handle him. I just had to block him. Anyways, Richard Hall court case is trying to prevent his evidence from being seen in court. So this one is. Yeah, the Richard Hall setup right here. So make sure to. So Richard Hall, yeah, he's in court. That's Rich Planet actually. Let's go Rich Planet. There it is. So make sure to follow his Telegram and get notified. He actually he went to court right now, and I think it's a pre-trial for them trying to get him not to show his evidence in court about the Manchester Ariana Grande alleged bombing. But anyways, make sure to follow this. I'll put a link. How do I put a link here and just put in the chat and then just power through. All right, so there it is, and power through. All right, and going further, so the Paul Loveless Hutchison effect theory. EVOs created by spark gaps generators which absorb electrons, thus can explain Hutchison effect. All right, so we're gonna read your theory out here, Paul, from the comment you added here. All right, so this is pretty epic. I'll read it out and let me see what's going on. Yeah, see the theory. So I came into this live stream with my mind made up that the Hutchison effect was basically a scam. John would claim he is a victim and his lab was confiscated many times by the government. This is why he cannot reproduce the effect. I was sure the videos were filmed in a manner as to hide the actual, hide the actual manner by which the Hutchison effect was being created. Fishing line tied the samples being made of styrofoam, then switched out of steel. Oh no, the sample right here is literally solid steel. Like, I don't know how you even make them. However, halfway through the video, my mind changed. Now I believe the Hutchison effect is real. And with Ron in the chats, Ron Muckle, if you're there, shout out. And later working on my own, only for a few hours so far, I now have a high-level theory as to the mechanism of action and why the effect is unable to be reduced on cue. To be clear, this is a high-level theory at this point, simply describing a system. I am not claiming to understand the effect on an atomic or quantum level. It clicked for me when Ron mentioned that sparks create exotic vacuum objects that were, and there are several spark gap generators and Tesla coils involved in the Hutchison effect. The scanning electron microscope study that Matt read off in the stream proves there is an elemental composition change, otherwise known as transmutation. The frequencies involved are nowhere near enough to be ionizing, so if transmutation is occurring, which it is, then it has to be from a different mode than ionization. And Ron explained that the spark gap generators are creating a huge amount of EVOs or exotic vacuum objects, and this essentially is disturbing the ether. The quantum energy changes. Some atoms in the steel beam suddenly are not Fe, and instead randomly and chaotically transmute into nearby adjacent elements. Ron can better explain this at a low level. He knows electrochemistry better than me. My theory is that for that sad day in September 11th, real airplanes definitely struck the towers. And I think real objects, but it's for another day. That's for the Mark Conlon live stream. So, but the airplanes were unrelated to the building fall. That is for sure. So at the end of the day, it's still, yeah, they were a look over here distraction, and then towers turned dust. They're just a cover. I submit that the core columns in the building, and especially building 7, were subjected to an hour or hours of this effect, slowly weakening the core by transmutating the alloys into the steel, into nearby atomic number elements, and thus weakening the beams. Iron is at 26, with magnesium and aluminum are right next to sodium. And this is why I say they targeted the alloys in the steel. The reason the rubble was moved out so fast was because it contained all the hallmarks of this attack. The reason we see exothermic reactions where part of the steel are glowing is because that is steel in which the alloys have turned to sodium, and sodium is reacting to the moisture in the air, which creates an energetic exothermic reaction. A bit of a ramble, and this is only for my first night of thinking about this. Give me some time to refine a theory to explain the actions down to the subatomic level. Interesting stuff there. All right, and oh yeah, so Codetech a MES window, yeah, so Codetech, if you saw my earlier in the live stream, I used your epic vacuum objects label. So that is epic vacuum object. I think it was somewhere in here. Okay, no, this is somewhere else. Okay, and yeah, there it is. Codetech epic EVO equals epic vacuum object, and then I wrote, I'm stealing that phrase, and I stole that phrase. Okay, so why follow theory, follow evidence, and leads? Yeah, that is true. But okay, so MES subreddit. Yeah, you can. Everything's on MES links. So you go to MES links, right here, and there's my entire social media, and then the Reddit. This is the Reddit here, and I have several communities. I have several subreddits. I have the 9/11 Truth one, MES conspiracy, and just amazing math stuff, So you can click on here, the Reddit. Let's see the Reddit. There's my user one, and you can see the 9/11 Truth one. This is the 9/11 Truth one. Yeah, the Rational Wiki one on John Hutchison is a disgrace, absolute disgrace. It's like just so bad because it's not Rational Wiki. It's a cover up and muddle up wiki. Okay, let's continue further. So that was interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna go next setup here. Okay, yeah, EVOs created by spark gap generators which absorb electrons. That's gonna explain Hutchison effect. And it's the Bob Greener playlist. This is an actual epic playlist. I've seen some of the videos, not all, but this is highly recommend looking at that. Okay, so there's the Rich Planet stuff, and it's Eyes of Watching. I'm gonna start closing some stuff. Okay, and yeah, because become a super fan, and let's continue. Okay, this is John Hutchison. So this playlist is absolutely epic. Has tons of videos on Hutchison from Bob Greener's setup here. So highly recommend that, and some of Bob Greener's work there. Although I have my okay, my theory has two major parts: EVOs and steel alloys. The EVO is a mechanism by which the alloys in the steel turn to weaker nearby elements, especially sodium, which instantly reacts to vaporize. Interesting. Okay, this is Paul Pantones. I haven't seen that before, but so I highly recommend watching all of this. Has some epic stuff, especially the old papers before 9/11 that shows yeah, ball lightning stuff, Hutchison setups here. Okay, so and a whole bunch of other very similar stuff like yeah, exotic vacuum objects. All right, so okay, so first thing I'm gonna go over is so itonic charge clusters by Takaaki Matsumoto. This is from the Bob Greener playlist. So if you see that Bob Greener playlist right here, he also there's I believe an hour. Yes, so there's an hour is unlisted though, but it's Ken Shoulders and John Hutchison interview there, and it'll be pretty epic. So I'll read some of some of the history of Ken Shoulders. He actually died in 2013 at the age of 86. So this one here, I'm just gonna start closing some stuff and then opening some stuff. So this is I'll close this because I'm gonna try to go through all my notes because there's some epic stuff there that I want to read out to you guys. All right, I'm gonna close this, close that, and let's see. I'll just close this one. Okay, MES links, put it right here. or put it right here. Let me just actually put it right here. All right, so Hutchison right here, and the one I wanted to go over was this Itonic Charge Clusters by Takaki Matsumoto right here.
Hi, my name is Bob.
This is from a July 2000 paper, and then he was claiming that he was able to make these exotic vacuum objects, but he calls them charge clusters, and I believe later he just says yeah, it is the same as Ken Shoulders one. And there's some papers right here, and we'll go to the paper right here. Is there a mini sun in the center of the Earth's plasma ball? Interesting. I haven't looked at that, but if there is, it would be of the cold fusion type, where it's set up like that. And okay, so I'm gonna read some. I'm gonna read some of this right here. This is a pretty epic paper. Okay, can't zoom in for some reason. Okay, and yeah, so acceleration methods. I'm just gonna actually download this. This is ridiculous. Like just download this right here. Where is the EVOs meta? Download this and open. Okay, let's open this one here. Okay, I'm covering this chat up. Close this. Okay, acceleration methods of Itonic clusters. So a new state of atomic clusters can easily be generated by electric discharges. Since electronuclear reactions, or ENRs, could occur in the cluster, new physics could be expected with an accelerated beam of clusters. Again, this is pre-9/11. This is July 12th to 14th, 2000, at the proceedings of the 25th LENR Accelerator meeting in Japan. And this is, this is at the Hokkaido University in Japan. Takaki Matsumoto, and then going further. In the 20th century, LINACs, I think that's a linear accelerators. Yeah, linear accelerators or particle accelerators have been amazingly progress going further. So recently, the author discovered a new state of clusters, mainly hydrogen atoms, during the study of so-called cold fusion. And then these were highlighted by Bob Greener. So their behavior was resembled to ball lightning, or BL, which was often observed in the natural environment. Itonic clusters were alternatively called BL. Since itonic clusters were negatively charged, they would be effectively accelerated to a high energy by a linear accelerator, or a LINAC, in order to open new physics in future. Going further, so no acceleration process particles were needed to induce ENRs or electronuclear reactions, unlike conventional nuclear reactions of charged particles. Since they could occur in the strongly coupled multi-body systems, ENRs were completely different from conventional ones. There are several orders of kinds of ENR which were found so far as follow: a new fusion reaction of producing helium-4 from two deuterons. That's hydrogen with, I think, two neutrons or something like that, but with no gamma ray, so non-ionizing radiation. Sequential captures of protons, electrons to contribute nuclear transmutation, ENT. Multi-body fission reactions, generation of a little neutron star. Interesting stuff here. Electronuclear collapse, ENC. Electronuclear regeneration, ENG, and so on. Among ENRs, ENC was the most significant nuclear reaction, electronuclear collapse. There's some epic stuff. It was made clear by underwater spark gap discharge USD experiments that there are two types of itonic clusters, ball and ring. So you get a ring type and a ball. The ball cluster with a strong compression could induce ENC and ENG. On the other hand, the ring cluster decayed to an almost hexagonal plate, during which ENT could occur. And see the method, let's read some of this. A method of generating these underwater spark discharge was one of the most effective methods for generating itonic clusters. The details of USD were examined by the author. A very high current should have been required to induce ENRs with electrodes of usual dimensions, but a very easy and cheap device of USD was made possible using thin wire electrodes. During USD, thin wire electrodes such as cadmium and nickel were immersed in an electrolyte, solutions such as potassium carbonate, so on. Anyways, let's continue here further. Okay, research Hollow Earth, Andrew Johnson's book, The Earth But Not As We Know It. The Bible says as above, so below. Probably not what they meant, though. Bless up. All right. There's a molten core of iron. Yeah, molten, possibly. I haven't looked at the Earth setup there. I kind of want to deal with things I can grasp in my hand. Besides flat Earth, though. Debunking flat Earth, because it's pretty fun. Anyways, That'll be interesting. Yeah, we might do a emergency Earth Center of Earth investigation live stream. All right. So this is a paper there. See, a bunch of protons with high energy and bunch of electrons with high energy, generation of itonic clusters. So basically, throw a bunch of from linear accelerator, throw them all together, and you get a basically a tonic cluster right here. So the whole idea of charge clusters or exotic vacuum objects are just a bunch of similar charges. I believe that's how it is, just similar positive or negative combined together. And yeah, there's a bunch of electrons. But I think it's electrons usually, like millions of electrons all together. Okay, hi to y'all, Christopher Jung. Hi to y'all, another epic subject. Well, thank you, Ever MS, for sure. Yeah, guys, don't forget to click the like button and thank you, and throw some cash. I mean, you still gotta cover the cost of the other stuff. A conceptual view of acceleration of itonic clusters. All right, so we read that, and we will continue further. So some of this is just me investigating. So this live stream is going to be part me investigating, part me showing what I've already read. So that was I actually read that like years ago on that. Okay, continuing further. So if you watch the video right here, yeah, he says Ken Shoulders actually coined the phrase exotic vacuum objects. So exotic vacuum objects equals charge clusters. Ken Shoulders made world's first microcircuit. So the guy that's coined it is this guy right here, Ken Shoulders. So he died actually, was born in 1927 and died in June 7th, 2013 from cancer. I think he was the microcircuits right here. So he worked at MIT. During his time, he fabricated the world's first microcircuits. I'm going to put a black setup like this. Okay, so now we can read this better. And later did some exotic and confidential work for the CIA. I guess he worked for CIA, so this is very epic. Ken has a history of working at the edge of science engineering. He worked at SRI International for 10 years as staff scientist and started a field now called vacuum nanoelectronics. And going further, but one thing I found interesting actually, so he was funded by a guy named the Prince or something like that. So he looked for money, as he said, and he found the Prince, as he told me in 1989. This was a wealthy man who was very much excited about any kind of research. This man asked, Ken, I understand you're a physicist and enlightened researcher. You look for unknown things. You cannot think of what you will find tomorrow. Therefore, you cannot make a plan, no research plan or even a business plan for your so far unknown product. But all your work costs money. Tell me how much it is. What do you need to do? What do you need to do your work? Tell me how much money it is. Don't be shy. Tell me. And Ken finally told him and made this man happy. To support his research work for the next 25 years, including the living costs for the 2 families on the farm in Bodego, California. This had a large barn on the farm in the rolling hills, well suited for a good laboratory with everything which was needed for experiments and documentation. There, Ken Shoulders settled with their son and his family, who also worked with Ken. The laboratory got high precision machining tools, ovens, SEM, scanning electron microscope, vacuum systems, and microscopes, as well as an uninterrupted power supply with emergency backup, a computer connection to the Universities of California, and for the breaks to think and relax, a small garden and flock of vultures, which he and his family observed and fed. Epic stuff. So the prince was a real prince. The Prince Hans Adam II of Liechtenstein, a television magnet. Liechtenstein, is that the... okay, this is a German one. Okay, this might be Dr. Reichgreer-Hammer. Okay, wiki. I think wiki here. Okay, Frogspot. Hello, chatters. Yeah, might be Prince. Yeah, that's the Prince. Was that the same guy that shot his Prince? No, son. Where's the son? Was shot? Okay, no, this was different. This was Dr. Reichgreer-Hammer's son was shot by the last king of Italy, Vitor Emmanuel de Savoy. Okay, for a second I thought it was the Liechtenstein place. All right, so that was epic stuff here, and this goes to exotic vacuum. Okay, Ken and his son Steve experimented with charge clusters, also called exotic vacuum objects or EVOs, in their well-equipped, privately funded lab in California. Ken's very qualified background has helped convince many people that the EVO phenomenon is real, in spite of the difficulty in believing that electrons can form such clusters. Ken notes, nobody believes anything ever said. They only believe the gadgets that were run by electric EVs or electric vacuum objects. You call them EVs, I think, or EVOs. I actually had to almost beat the patent office into submission by a series of brutal assaults with my devices. Not only are the clusters themselves exotic to mainstream science, but they seem to offer a way of connecting to the most fundamental and universal element of existence, sometimes called the ether. Ken refers to this as the potentium, a name given by Joe Firmage. Whatever the name, it is a little understood part of the universe that many agree is loaded with energy if we only knew how to tap it. The EVO may be the fundamental connecting link to the ether. Epic stuff. Ken considers it a kind of universal clutch, as it clutches the basic fabric of the universe by biasing the medium with a dense asymmetrical charge distribution. This is a very powerful concept and may well be the foundation of any device that operates with any efficiency or efficacy over unity, or any practical over unity device. Interestingly, I actually view the gyroscope as like the connection between, well, possibly, I think, the electromagnetism and the physical world. Okay, guys, yeah, hit the like button, guys, and please hit the like button. And what else is there in the comments? How to see you digging through into this iceberg? So much more verifiable evidence than anyone expected just years ago. Yeah, for sure. And the vacuum, which is a smoking gun of Apollo. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff here. Anyways, consider using Super Chat. Apollo is right here, guys. Listen to him and send some money, guys. I gotta pay for that. The Hutchison samples. All right, and see what other setup here he says. So this clutch, yeah, this clutch calls the EVOs clutch to the or just connection to the ether. And so this clutch apparently can operate in many environments. EVOs are likely the source of extremely high temperatures recently measured in collapsing bubbles formed by cavitation, and temperatures as high as 20,000 degrees Kelvin have been measured. Temperatures in this range need an exotic explanation, and EVOs exhibit extremely high temperatures. Sonofusion is likely triggered by the same mechanism. I think this is the solar sonofusion. Okay, this is let's see what sonofusion is. That's ChatGPT. Oh, whoops. Okay, what is sonofusion? And then and I have ChatGPT 4 actually. Use this one. Okay, what is this? And I can search internet for me. So what is sonofusion? Also known as bubble fusion or acoustic fusion, is a proposed alternative form of nuclear fusion that has garnered both interest and skepticism of the scientific community. It suggests that fusion reactions can be initiated by using sound waves to create very high temperatures and pressures in a liquid. This process involves the use of acoustic energy to create and collapse small bubbles in a liquid, such as deuterated acetone, which can potentially reach temperatures and pressures high enough to cause deuterium atoms with the bubbles to undergo nuclear fusion. That's interesting stuff there. So a whole bunch of stuff here. So it's likely triggered by the same mechanism. It may not really qualify as quote cold fusion. The destructive effects of cavitation on marine propellers has been known for 150 years, but never explained satisfactorily. Likewise, cavitation can occur in pumps. There may have been claims of over-unity performance in pumps designed to produce a lot of cavitation, but never enough to be useful as energy source, because the input is electrical and the output is heat at moderate temperatures. And interestingly, so Tesla is known to have been known to be able to create what appear to be ball lightning, and even let it touch him without harm. Ball lightning is probably a large charge cluster or large EVO. It is not well understood, but can appear in lightning storms, coming and going in mysterious ways, sometimes quietly and sometimes with a great deal of commotion. Understanding charge clusters better may clarify some of Tesla's work, as well as give a better understanding of a strange natural phenomenon. He also worked on high-frequency pulse generation using pseudo-spark radiation and interaction with microstructures. He also hoped for light generation by coupling out photons generated by a plasma beam when hitting matter, and he offered consulting work for further activities in plasma research. And now this part is an interesting one here. So he also wrote routinely on research and progress and ideas, which was placed on the internet under this website. Actually, I'll check that out. And another thing is, since he passed last year, this was written in 2014, now after all the years, his equipment is packed and shall support further researchers who can tell their wish by email to New Energy Times. So if you have anything specific to message him, message his foundation or his New Energy Times website, let me know, and then see if we can get some of that goods and use it for us. Okay, so website's out. This is why you gotta make sure your websites are running. All right, that's interesting. Your GPT looks weird though. Okay, they each ship propellers, EVOs. Your GPT looks weird though. Light mode on. Okay, is light mode on? No, it's light mode off. Okay, yeah. I don't know. It's just showing like that. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, light mode. Okay, now yeah, light mode is removed. So that was the ChatGPT, and shows some other stuff like that. All right, so we're just gonna be powering through, guys. See the live stream stats. 25 people. All right, we have just a spike right here. Let's go, baby. And yeah, throw some cash, guys. It's pretty interesting. Anyways, let's see the other stuff. All right, so John Hutchison 1 hour interview with Ken Shoulders. Yeah, I gotta watch that. Ken Shoulders coined this, and this is Bob Greener playlist again. This is a epic playlist right here. Has a whole bunch of stuff on here, and he has a whole bunch of testing on there as well. I wish you could debate alien scientists and stuff. Yeah, alien scientists blocked me, actually. He blocked me and 9/11 revisionists. Alien scientist is a flat-out liar. Like, I don't know how to stress this enough. He is not he's a morally corrupt person, very likely in some sort of secret society where he's not allowed to talk, and he's supposed to cover up 9/11. So alien scientists would be an awkward one. I would literally tell him to his face he doesn't deserve to live, but that's just another setup there. Yeah. And let's see, interesting. Yeah, so he blocked me actually, and 9/11 revisionists, because we were going back and forth on Twitter. But yeah, so he blocked me and 9/11 revisionists. He blocked, yeah. So I can't go on his stuff. But here's a, I think he got him on because I kept calling him a disinfo agent, but he is. And let's see, but he also posts like the worst memes of Judy Wood. And let's see, I think I had one here. Oh, I think I have one here. Alien. So the world of Alien, the world of Jeremy Race, aka Alien Scientists, didn't cover up 9/11. So I'm blocked, so I can't see his original post. So what I'll do is I'm gonna switch to my grade calculator, and click this again. All right. Yeah, he's a disinformation agent. Yeah, he's a coward too. He was asked many times to join the live stream. He just wouldn't do it. Okay, so he posted this right here. So yes, he posted this right here. He posted Earth 2017. If the Rothschild bloodline was replaced with Teslas, okay. Look at the irony. He's saying if the Rothschilds were replaced with Teslas, and then I shared this one right here. Earth 2017, if Jeremy Reese, aka Alien Scientists, didn't cover up 9/11 do. So 9/11 literally involved use of Tesla tech. And he's putting a meme out as if he's on the side of Tesla. No, Jeremy Reese is a liar. And then he said, how do I cover up something that no one ever proved in the first place? I'm like, you never break character, Jeremy. Yeah, he never does. It's interesting. I'm literally telling me he's a liar. He just wouldn't break character. Wouldn't even try to disagree with that. And going further. All right, so that was a sidetrack. Let's get back on track. ADC proves no hijackers. The hijacker stuff is interesting. It's just the basic physics of it. There is no commercial plane hitting it, in my opinion. But anyways, going further, that'll be something that we'll discuss with Mark Conlon. All right, and okay, so this was from here. So this was another one here from that same Kenneth Shoulder right here. So he actually talked to Feynman right here. So he went to the world famous Professor Feynman. Is it Richard Feynman? Let's see, what is the first name again? I think it's Richard, right? Yeah, Richard Feynman. February 15, 1988. Interesting. May 11th. Okay, so he went to so Kenneth Shoulder went to the world famous Professor Feynman of the Los Alamos Manhattan Project and Caltech fame, with its electron cluster concepts that flew in the face of conventional wisdom and baffled us all, and was dismissed as a nut. But later, Feynman wrote a letter to Ken saying that he had been thinking about it and had discovered an explanation for his observations and theory, and that Ken was correct after all. So Feynman wrote a letter to Ken saying he was right after all. And most amazing, he was even ahead of Feynman. Once again, everyone were all wrong, and Ken was right. And the site here will give you a brief look at what it's like to be with a true genius. I was very privileged. He did much and left much for us to try and finish. Epic stuff. All right, and let's continue further here. Okay, this the paper there. Epic, yeah, definitely check that out. And yeah, Bob Green has a whole bunch of photos and of the samples and so on. Okay, what took out the group? According to this group, JW, was it the JW? Was it the Tesla Tech, the EVOs, like from Hutchison effect? Well, it's a technology that had very similar aspects to all of them. So it's like a scaled up Hutchison that's like actually refined, and so on. That is what it looked like. So it's using a science that mainstream science doesn't believe exists. That's what it's using, and it's a very similar Hutchison effect. Okay, so ball lightning, and going further. Okay, this one we already described. This one here, John Hutchison files, page 37 of 87. Okay, this one here, the Hutchison file. This was John Hutchison sent me this one, and this was, I think, in 1980. Yeah, this is 1996 right here, but I believe some of them were earlier. Anyway, this is 1996. John Hutchison, born October 19th in Vancouver, Canada, son of Kenneth and Margaret. If I click anything, it just goes to that paywall. I'm gonna go to page 37. Had some analysis done on it. So this is 1996. So there's a whole bunch of work been done on John Hutchison stuff. And again, there's two samples of disruptive phenomenon, contortion, and segmentalization. So he has literally hundreds or thousands of these samples. And this is fractured iron bar, and so on. This X-ray scan of them, aluminum scan of John Hutchison. This is 1984 done on that. So these are way back in time. All right, and this is spectral plots of typical aluminum sample compared with an area with fracture developed under John Hutchison effect. So this one here, I believe, yeah, this is a pre-Hutchison effect. This one is Hutchison effect. So this is a typical one, and then you have aluminum, and then you have the Hutchison effect. One has different elements popping up. Yeah, so Cold Dew is the name of the game. And see, this is 1983 reenacted laboratory phase 1, replicating John Hutchison's original setup. Below is John Hutchison's phase 2. All right, some other stuff here. So I just wanted to show that there was a lot of analysis done. Actually, yeah, I forgot to do. I was gonna test out some magnetism experiments on the John Hutchison samples. Oh yeah, I actually saw the methyl miner, the coast to coast, where you saw entities popping in and out of the field. I saw that when he was replicating the Ark of the Covenant. That was interesting. Okay, so we'll get to that. So I'm just gonna start closing some stuff. We'll keep this open. We'll keep this, and we'll keep this out. Whoops. Okay, there's Ashton Forbes. Yeah, so Ashton Forbes, he blocked me again on Twitter. I didn't even say anything this time. Whoops, and this one here. Yeah, my theory is that the alloys in the steel were comprised and transmitted to nearby adjacent. Yeah, I think that's plausible. I want to see the hijacker claims. Yeah, well, the towers turn to dust. Okay, you can look at it. The more obvious one, the towers literally turn to dust. Before and after photo, everything else is secondary. Okay, why is it showing in the dark screen? Okay, that's back to normal. All right, let's try to continue on. Yeah. Anyways, going back to the plane, the hijacker stuff. That's sensitive stuff. You might get banned. So save that for the Mark Conlon live stream. Do that soon. That's gonna be on the 24th. We're heard of hijackers. We're heard of. There's no hijackers. Anyways, let's continue further. Ken Shoulders and EVO 2005 presentation. Okay, so this one right here. So Ken Shoulders in 2005 has a PowerPoint, a very well done PowerPoint about John Hutchison's work, and he presented at the MIT Cold Fusion Conference. So EVOs and the Hutchison effect is by Ken Shoulders in May 2005. Nuclear transmutation from low voltage electrical discharge. So Hutchison effect, slow bending of metals, shredded metal structures, fractured metal structures, propulsion, both slow and impulsive. And it's 2005. I believe this is before Judy Wood discovered or got in contact with John Hutchison. All right, going further. Propulsion, both slow and impulsive, melting without heat, metal luminescence without heat. EVO strikes abound in samples. Yeah, that is the characteristic that Bob Greener shows. So photo examples of metal subjected to electrical treatment. I'm going to send this PDF here. Check that out, guys. This is a good paper. So, photo examples of metal subjected to electrical treatment by John Hutchison. So there's the sample. This is, however, this is done. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's just like peeling, all these fibers just coming off or showing itself. And this was a solid clump. And Hutchison actually sent me some photos of like just an aluminum bar, and then it was peeling literally like one of those Cheez-It like little snacks, which is quite remarkable. Okay, so this is electrically treated by how do I reset here? Why is it showing there? Okay, electrically treated metal by Hutchison, and I believe that's Ken Scholes or someone else. A conception of the artificially initiated collapse of the substance and key results of the first stage of its experimental implementation. Okay, I'm gonna read some of this. It's pretty interesting. All right. Adamanco nuclear conversion, super heavy, stable isotope generation, wide range of super heavy, stable isotope generation, wide range of isotopic transmutations, high energy photons and ions, cobalt 60 neutralization, overall energy gain. All right, and electrode configuration, right here. Electron configuration for Adamanco work. Okay, I'm just gonna see. Scanning electron microscope of copper anode subjected to electrical discharge. Okay, this is the stuff that I believe that Ken Scholes was working on. Copper target after the experiment with traces of solidified silver and white lava on the petals, which had flowed out of the target center. Okay, guys, it's a different aluminum, different material setup here. I'm gonna continue further. Results of local analysis of the elemental composition of 277 copper, Kubernetes screens each of them. Anyways, so impurities of initial materials. This is initial material is this right here. Then after the experiments, you have a whole bunch of different concentrations of every one of these elements. So that's an interesting setup here. Low voltage nuclear transmutation work in progress. Completion expected by June 2004. Sponsors found. Okay, Bodego, California. Interesting. All right, so this is showing his setup here. This is a Ken Scholes setup. His goal was trying to mimic John Hutchison, and this one here is actually included in Judy Wood's book. Edge view of coated aluminum foil being struck by EVOs right here. This aluminum foil has weird heat here, barely visible output from pure metal strikes, energy releases, function of proper EVO loading, thin fast breaks. All right, interesting here. Front view of plasma plume. This reminds me of that, what is the guy's name? David Lapointe, the primer fields. That reminds me of that. All right, and plasma focus gigavolt output for. I'm just gonna scroll through this. Cold fusion and some other stuff. Next energy hangs in a balance, but again, you gotta talk about 911. 911 shows everything. Yeah, going back to the setup right here. Am I getting some messages? Whoops. Let's go back here. I'm gonna go. I think I had one here. Cold dew. So speaking about what caused 9/11. So here's a good paper, or here's a good table of stuff. So, so when you say cold dew is what happened. That's Muhammad Atta in the Oregon on his way to JFK. Well, again, there's no actual hijack. Even if you have a photo of them, I haven't looked at those, but they're just not too important. But anyways, going back here, so here is a category of different types of phenomena, or different types of weapons, and then there's the list of evidence. So if you have a low heat, so you need to see what matches low heat. Well, mini nukes doesn't, thermite doesn't, bombs in a building doesn't, building fire doesn't, jet fuel doesn't, hot dew doesn't, cold dew does. Unburnt paper, and then you see what shows up. Evidence, only cold dew has unburnt paper. Everything else, if you have hot dew, so again, dark energy is a class of weapons, or just science right here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, continue further. Anyways, so on burnt paper, only thing that matches is cold dew. Low seismic impact. So again, you gotta have to have. Yeah, there's very low seismic impact. Nothing hitting the ground. Cold dew. Yeah, it shouldn't as well. Interesting, because unless the whole thing is just fried somehow. But then that might do an impact too. That would be interesting. And yeah, so none of these. So all the kinetic energy stuff doesn't work. You need direct energy, similar to microwave, or yeah, it's a cold dew setup there. So minimal debris, hot dew would, but yeah, cold dew as well. And then bathtub survives. This one no, because you pretty much melt the whole thing. And see, material specific effects. Cold dew has material specific effects. Hot dew, some of them have different heat setups. So alloys will melt differently at different heats. Alright guys, anyways, now the versus pull level's going at it. Okay, tritium. So tritium, that's cold dew and ionizing radiation. There is none. The only one would have is mini nukes, and hence that's not viable. So mini nukes doesn't cover any of these. Dosification, only one is cold dew. Okay, so best. I think this is the one that video. This is the video from 9/11 Originals about the so-called planes, so on. But the thing is, like I showed you before, solid aluminum does not penetrate solid steel like butter. But the thing is, I still think there is a possibility of they just used another advanced technology, which is you literally take whatever object it is, and literally instead of it propelling through at speeds it can't go, it literally just being like anti-gravity levitated and thrown into a Hutchison effect wall. Alright, okay, so that'll be another setup. A Hutchison effect deep dive, and I think this was, let's see, what is this one? Okay, this was deep dive already. I'm just gonna remove this. Ken Shoulders, 2005. George Hathaway shows samples with Bob Greener. Okay, this one's epic. So George Hathaway actually emailed his the company he's at, or foundation or whatever, because I wanted Hathaway Research, because I wanted him on the show, because he has unbelievable. He has so many samples right here. So let's click some of these. All right, guys. Anyways, stop insulting each other. Just continue on the chat, guys. I mean, just continue to focus, and save the plane stuff for the Mark Conlon one. Pretty epic. All right, let's see this. This is George Hathaway. This is Bob Greener.
I volunteer with the Martin Fleischmann Memorial Project, and it is my deep honour and pleasure to be here with Mr. George Hathaway of Hathaway Consulting in this incredibly dead and special room. Tell me something about this room we're in, George.
The room is actually... Oh, hello. It's George Hathaway. The room is a specially constructed radio frequency anechoic chamber that is filled with cones, as you can see. When we at Hathaway Research, the old company was called Hathaway Consulting, this is now Hathaway Research, are doing special pulse power projects where we're radiating a lot of energy, or we're doing very fine and delicate radio frequency or otherwise measurements in here, and we...
Alright, anyways, yeah, so he has this whole thing, bubble wrap, or whatever these, foam wrap everywhere to prevent the radio frequency from going in and out. But his samples are unreal. He has so many samples right here. Let's see.
Do some analyses on the... Do some... These, and...
I'm just gonna fast forward here. Yeah, so he has a whole setup of a John Hutchison stuff. Look at this beam just bent like that, and so on. Let's see some other stuff he has. I'm gonna fast forward. He has. Okay, let's see some close-ups.
Stuck in there for some ones where there's a melding of organic and inorganic, you might say, but it was.
Yeah, so you literally have wood there with this bent steel. So how come the wood didn't melt or burn?
Stuck in there for some reason. I don't know, John had put something together with this screw, and you can see that
it's actually formed with...
Yes, it's curled a little bit, but there's no scarring, there's no scorching, there's no nothing on the wood, and yet this thing would have taken quite some heat to...
Yeah, that looks just like my spoon. It's literally moved with no, like, no semblance of heat. It's just literally twisted perfectly. And there's no scorch marks or anything. So it's exactly similar to his. And notice that vortex turning pattern.
And yet this thing would have taken quite some heat.
All right, Methyl Miner says, look at the nails there. All right, anyways, guys, just now versus Paul levels, just hold back your firearms for a bit. We are going through. All right. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so his nail. Methyl Miner says, look at the nails. Yeah, his nails are pretty long though. That's pretty epic. Might be from the Hutchison effect. My nails may start growing. Yeah, this is some pretty epic nails.
Thing would have taken quite some heat.
All right, let's see some more stuff that he has. All right, and so on. Okay, this is a. Oh yeah, that's a cool bar. It's just bent like that. And this stuff is yeah, this stuff is pretty like epic. Like even just this wrench that's bent like this. This is a solid wrench. So I had an Allen key. I had to set up for my standing desk. Like I had to get a custom there wasn't any Allen key that connects to my drill. When I used to have a drill just to do that. But then the drill broke after a couple years. But anyways, so basically I had to cut an Allen key that was like, it looked just like this. Actually, I'll go find it. Yeah, it looked like this. It was like this long, but it took me like literally with a saw like 2 hours of cutting. I'll go find it right now actually. All right, I'm back. Let's see if I could find it in here. Let's see. There it is. All right. Yeah, so there's this Allen key right here. It took me like an hour or like 2 hours just using a saw back and forth, just trying to cut it off, and then connect it to my drill. So I'll do it right now. And then disconnect it to this drill. And then use it as my standing desk. Whoops. And then I could power this through. So here's my desk. Notice it going down. Alright, it's going down. Now I'll go back up. And yeah, so I just connected to it. But anyways, I just want to say that Allen key to cut it is very, 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 very hard. And this is just a regular piece like this. And it took me like hours just to cut it. And then to see this actually bent, which is actually harder than this one. It's harder than my Allen key. To see it like that with nothing else on it, it's absolutely remarkable. And there's no bent anywhere else, just that part. So whatever they did was, yeah, so it conventional means I'll have to like think long and hard about how it is conventional. But yeah, so anyways, it was Hutchison effect. Alright, yeah, those samples are remarkable, predictable, see unusual elemental composition, yeah, for sure. I have the same tripod in the background. Where's my tripod? I have a tripod? Okay, oh, his tripod. Oh, this one right here. Okay, yeah, that's, I have a tiny one like that. And then people who experience a near-death experience describe the tunnel they move through as a vortex. Interesting. Can you describe the radius of the wrench? It's stretched or rolled? Let's see. I can bring a compass actually. The radius that it rolled is pretty much like a 50-degree angle this way, so we'll like 130 degree. And we can do some mathematics right now. I'm gonna get a. I'll go get a compass. All right. So here's my compass, and we will measure it right now. All right, yeah, this is exactly 60 degrees. So the thing bent 60 degrees on this weak side, so 120 degrees long side. This wrench is absolutely amazing. All right, let's see what else we got. All right. Let's continue further. Asking if the bend, the radius, it appears to be stretched or squashed. Which? Oh, the bend. Yeah, it look. Oh, or this part right here. It looks like it's no. This part is actually ripped off a tiny bit. And then it doesn't look like it's. No, I don't know about the render. It looks like a tiny bit crushed on this front side, and this one is it is separated. See how it is. It's hard to see. How do I get it zoomed in? Yeah, you should save. Yeah, I'm gonna send that to the lab, the UBC. I'm gonna actually take it to them, get them tested out the whole thing. It's like a tiny bit squished, like tiny bit squished, not a lot. It's like barely squished. Barely squished, and this one is ripped off a tiny bit. It's like this one's shows some crumbling. It doesn't actually show like stretch marks. It just shows a crumbling on this side. So the outside there's no stretching. This one inside there's a tiny bit of crushing. I think we had a photo though. I'll get a photo right now, a high definition. I'll put it on Telegram right now, as we watch it. I'll just zoom in exactly. Dude, we're doing live work right now. And this side. Alright. It'll be HD when I show it on the thing. Witness marks on the radius can describe the process used to bend, if that's what I'm asking. Okay, interesting. No stretch marks on the outside is unusual. Yeah, there's no like anything. It just looks like it looked like it bent on itself. It does not look like anything actually bent it, like any physical object. So I have it there. I'll put it in here. Actually, I'll schedule it instead, so you guys can. I'll just put some schedule here because I don't like putting everything at once. So what I'll do is, I'm gonna schedule it. Okay, well, it's just setting on my computer. But anyways, I'll show that soon. Continuing further. Also find all Hutchison sample reports. Okay, so I'm gonna have to ask John Hutchison about that. Try to get him to send me a whole bunch of because he has like 10,000 documents. He says it's hard to sort through them all, and also he's not the most like organized person. He got locked out of his own Facebook. So let's see, the Skype is opened. Okay, so I will ask John Hutchison for more documents. Okay, actually I'll look at there. I think he sent me some links. I'll have a checkout soon or later. Okay, test out ChatGPT versus Gab AI. Gab.ai, that's like a trial setup here, but it's also pretty bad. It's like ask it to say stuff. Okay, this is it right here. Search internet, right here. Okay, can't do search internet there. Anyways, so because I pay for ChatGPT right now, I just want to see how it is. Okay, Stephen emailed me. Yeah, okay. We'd like to contribute to the conversation about the analysis. They need to look for microspheres at the bend point under a serious microscope. Interesting. Okay, so I have. I think is it loaded up yet? Did my photos even take? Okay, I'll just put this on. I don't know why it didn't connect to my computer. Here, I'll show it right now. This one goes to samples. Okay, I think it should actually load up on my computer soon. Okay, no, I'll just wait for the computer. But anyways, we'll do that later. Okay, epic flat earth debunking X account. Okay, I'm just going to power through whatever my notes I had written. Sometimes I forget what it is. This was pretty epic. Flat earth fighting stupidity at nonsense flat. It's a pretty epic Twitter account. All right, so okay, so stuff is loaded now. We'll go back here. All right, so we're gonna go back here. I'm gonna go Hutchison samples. Hutchison effect samples arrived. Okay, this right here. I'm gonna reply, and I'm gonna put this here. and this one. Actually, I'll just share it right now live. Okay. Rent via Hutchison. Okay, bent wrench right here. Okay, so we have it. I just posted it. So you go on the, and here's how it looks like. It's like barely anything there. You guys can see it fine. Yeah, topics are off limits when asked by Sipes. Sometimes, yeah. The ChatGPT one. I think Gab AI, they'll give you a disclaimer. I try to tell it, don't give me any disclaimers. I hate when they give me disclaimers. Like we know. You know why I'm asking, because I don't believe in the mainstream narrative. All right, so there's that side. Again, here's the back side. It doesn't look like straight. It looks like it was just like ripped off there. And it's weird. It's like a crumbling setup there. And there's this view. Yeah, it looks like it crumbled on the outside. Yeah. ChatGPT is ridiculous. Like sometimes it won't do it. Even if you say write a fictional thing about 9/11, ChatGPT won't work. So if I write here, ChatGPT won't work with conspiracy theories. Why did I put theory twice? Yeah, so ChatGPT, I apologize, we won't be able to provide a summary for these videos as they appear to be related to conspiracy theories and misinformation. Yeah, so 9/11 here. Related conspiracy theories surrounding the events of 9/11. Let's try it right now. Actually, we'll do that right now. So ChatGPT, and we're going to use Gab AI. Let's go a new one. Okay, so we'll do a new one. Right here, we're going to ask, so ChatGPT, write me a short story, a fictional short story about the events of 9/11. Let's see if this will do it. Yes, that's an unusual image. Yeah, so I'll put a link there. You can check out my Telegram. So I like Telegram because it's super fast and easy to double check, and easy to like just sort through. So you can have a look at that. Okay, so let's see if it wrote. Okay, so it actually wrote a short story. Okay, I forgot which one. What was the thing that they said they couldn't do it? Okay, no, I'm gonna do another one. I'm trying to say something that it wouldn't do. Okay, so it's doing this one. It didn't do it before. Okay, anyways, I'll figure it out later. Discuss the Michelson-Morley experiment with ChatGPT. It's like arguing with a kid. Michelson-Morley experiment. Yeah, we'll do that for another time. I don't get too distracted. Yeah, Michelson-Morley experiment. I think anything there, they'll try to be like, tries to maintain a mainstream narrative, but you can contradict it if you are good. Oh yeah, this one's interesting. So bogus disinfo agent pushing no deaths on 9/11. Again, it's very similar to that Gabriel guy, the flat earther guy, saying that there's no deaths, but brings up interesting evidence that people literally turn to dust. So this one right here is like a new channel. Petra Liveriani is saying the false dilemma propaganda stuff. And again, whenever they have these seemingly well-written style and so on, and they're saying that all the burn victims are fake. They're saying that this burn victim, and also that they're saying because a lot of hospitals actually were missing. They were expecting a lot more than actually showed up. Like barely anyone showed up. The hospitals were pretty much empty because again, the towers turned to dust, and they didn't come down and crush everybody down there. Okay, I live near a military base in New York, in North Carolina. I'll check the name of it. Okay, epic. If you go there, yeah, get some footage and see what's up there. All right, and. Okay, so the next setup is, yeah, so this one right here, these guys saying that this burn victim looks like he has, it's not a burn victim, they're claiming he has vitiligo. Like, it's clearly a burn victim. Okay, this is that condition where you have different color skins set up here, but this guy here, it's clearly a burn victim. This guy right here, yeah, it's clearly, he's like frightened. Yeah. So that is a burn victim.
A sensational.
Just knowing that I had a family behind me.
Okay. But anyways, you'll see a lot of disinfo ones. They'll just say, it's like outlandish. They say all of the stuff were just actors or fake. And so on. And of course, they're not going to bring up dustification. I think they bring thermite or something. Demolition. And then they would all, and then the only times I do believe the witness testimony is when they're pushing controlled demolition nonsense. All right. So anyways, I just wanted to bring that up. We have a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so magnetic pole anomalies. I have no idea what this one was. Oh, the Hutchison effect. Explaining the Hutchison effect, metal fracturing, and magnetic pole anomalies. Did I have a chance to look at this? Okay, this is from Bob Greener. Actually, it's been a while since I looked at this one here. Let's watch some of it.
Okay, so you can imagine what's happened there is the piece broke away. It broke away, and then it re-oriented itself on a different angle.
So I'm gonna go here.
So, important shape. So in the actual...
here's some more Hutchison samples here. I think John Hutchison gave him a whole bunch as a gift as well.
Area in which it sort of got disrupted, it has the triangles in there, which are very, very relevant, and I will talk about in greater detail.
It's a methyl miner, the hand. No, I haven't seen that actually. I'll check it out.
In some other videos that I published this same day, there's this particular shape which forms both in many LENR experiments and so forth, and it's on the area that's affected on this. So we know that this was done with Hutchison technology. So so that's it. So basically,
Okay. There's another thing actually. I'm gonna go. So yeah, again, this live stream, a lot of it is just me searching internet about stuff. I'm gonna go. There's a key, I think. 9/11. Yeah, this was from 9/11. 20 keys. Look what's happened to these keys right here. And he tries to avoid stating the name. That's what happened. I think those were the key, or somewhere else. Okay. No, I just want to show that key. I think it was a key or something at 9/11. Yeah, it's been a while. Key or coin? Oh, this is an unknown source sent those keys. Coin. 9/11. How do I find 9/11? He had something there a while ago. But anyways, that's why you gotta make everything normal. Yeah. See, are you looking at it? Go find a post on Tele. Yeah, so the invasion of Panama. Also, yeah, there's a lot of claims about Do, as well as the Star Wars in Iraq. Yes, Star Wars in Iraq. Of like a lot of people saying that they had direct energy weapons on their Star Wars, Iraq. So there's a documentary on it, and a lot of people are claiming, yeah, there was direct energy weapons on in the Gulf, the second Gulf War, or possibly even the first. So here is a good documentary on this one, and had people with like their heads like blown off, but like or just like melted off, their hands melted and skin, but not the clothes and so on. So that's interesting stuff setup, and also claims of seeing like these trucks with these laser beams being fired up. Yeah. So yeah, a whole lot of stuff. Okay, that is that. Let's check the stats right here. Okay, so we have 18 people. All right, we need to get more people, bro, and other stuff. Okay, fusion, magnetic plasma, quantum DNA field. All right, we got someone said something there. Active analysis system. Yeah, active analysis system is a good example of direct energy weapon. Okay, flat Earth planes flying below horizon. Oh, I didn't have the link there. Okay, flat Earth planes. I think I did post it here. Oh, Soundly. Okay, I'm gonna go. And we're gonna watch some plane videos here. Try to find it. I think I'll search it here. Yeah, okay, this is planes beneath. Okay. Okay, so there's planes going below the horizon. Let's mute it. So there's planes flying. And they all go below the horizon. I'm going to fast forward. And they all go below the horizon. Interesting. Oh, these are all landing too. So they're all landing. Okay, so let's say that they're landing right underneath the horizon. That's interesting. Alright. So again, some of the stuff I haven't looked at, I just gotta put it in there. Let's see, we have that. And I'll change this link there. And change the change this. Okay, gene warfare is soft padded to prevent dialogue of evidence. Yeah, that is true. I even asked them, show me, can I present something? They wouldn't do it. Okay, subscribe to MES on PayShoot. Okay, so I also have a PayShoot now. BitChute has a new setup here where you can get a PayShoot, and you can subscribe there as well. So if you are on PayShoot, send me some cash. So I just post there, post whatever videos I upload as well. Anyways, so that is epic, and you can have the tiers right here. So tier 1, you give me $15 a month. Tier 2, or you could just do a chat bomb, which is just a one time, $100, and then the thing is $5. You can join most live streams to discuss live on air. So you got a link to whatever I'm on, and you could join the live stream whenever, like pretty much most of them or all of them. And so you can discuss your own thoughts there. So that'll be epic, pretty much like a promotion. All right, and I'm like losing some folks. So we're 1 hour and 30 minutes, and let's continue further. I'm going to start closing some stuff. Okay, Soundly, Plain Thunder. Okay, suspicious barge on 9/11. So I was told from this one here, and I asked if they could email me some photos. So on this live stream one with Matthew Nas, so someone says, I'm sure I saw a photo of the device that brought down the towers. It was on a barge or a floating raft on the Hudson River. I think with all the operators in black body armor, like riot gear or SWAT team gear. It looked like a radar dish. I think it was hexagonal. Anyone else see that photo? I'm like, interesting. Send me a photo of this. Okay. All right. And so that is an interesting one. Okay, so PayShoot. I'm just going through everything and then see how much we got. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Okay. Yeah. It's gonna get more epic. Let's continue further. Okay, and suspicious barge on 9/11. Okay, we just went over that. Eric Dubay equals Eric Dullier rap lyrics. So if you see my latest video on flat Earth debunking, Dubay, Eric Dubay. So this one, if you see this one here, I go debunk Eric Dubay. He's literally a complete liar. So if you have the sun near the horizon or below it, you can have a shadow above or below the clouds off this mountain there, and also above from the top. But even this one here, there's a shadow right here and there's a sun here. But anyways, so I do a debunk of Eric Dubay's debunk of my previous debunk, and then I put some lyrics right here, I think. Okay, and then this guy says I'm not terribly invested in either model. It's not a model. Earth is round. But you probably aren't helping your credibility much with the continual ad hominem. So in that video, I pretty much call out Eric Dubay, and he says he lists all the words that I call him. So he says professional liar, that's check. Bogus disinfo, that's right. He's just lying, a bunch of lies, nonsense, fighting stupidity, professional disinfo agent. Mumbo jumbo, the next lie he does, a bunch of nonsense, a straight up lie, just straight up lying, flat out lie, another lie he states, complete lying. He's lying about that, deliberately lying. Eric the liar says, professional liars, lying for decades. And I wrote, all those descriptions of Eric Dubay are accurate. Oh, and he forgot Eric the liar. He forgot one. I put Eric the liar. Alright, anyway, that's my rap lyrics. Oh, and then Dr. Methyl says some other stuff. Fedbot feeders, gatekeeper, sheepkeeper, spin doctor, disinfo bimbo. All right, epic stuff. There's a whole bunch of lyrics, and let's continue further. All right, so epic thread on the Hutchison effect. All right, so this one Hutchison effect, I had an epic thread, and it went pretty viral, like to my standards, and that's much to credit of 9 of Originals for retweeting it. Let's see, or requoting it. Let's go thread. So I made this epic thread, and I basically put all my Telegram posts into one giant post right here. And so this one here, 2,500 views, epic. This was a few days ago. And this is a Hutchison effect. So I made a giant thread, put all the videos, Hutchison effect. There, I highly recommend checking this out. All right, and this was a cool experiment. This is like, turns to like jelly. It's the solid metal or aluminum, I think. Maybe, and then just turning the jelly. And this one's levitating and just doing other stuff like that. And yeah, and I put even so put all these with George Hathaway and some other stuff. And then another one where in his affidavit, Hutchison actually said that a building disappeared, like a part of most of a building disappeared. And going further, and then I also included a 2-hour interviews with Judy Wood and Andrew Johnson. And John Hutchison here. So this one right here from 2008. It's epic stuff here, and also his affidavit and the Ark of the Covenant, and where you saw mysterious stuff. So we'll watch some of those stuff. That was actually in my MES Links chat, and we will play some of that stuff he said here. All right. Okay. Going back here. Actually, yeah, here's a good photo. There's different stuff. These were like before world record demolitions, and look how small they are compared to Building 7. And there's the WDC. There's the Titanic, and these are all to scale. There's the Eiffel Tower. All right, and let's see this one here. Download Ark of the Covenant by John Hutchison. Yeah, that was Ark of the Covenant. One he's on. I'm gonna play. Is this video from it? No, I'm gonna play this from Coast to Coast AM radio.
The last major adventure I had was building a recreation of the Ark of the Covenant, which has not aired yet on TLC.
I recall, John, that you were intent on doing that the last time we spoke. So you're telling me you have brought that experiment to fruition?
Yes, I have. And it does work. And there's entities, believe it or not,
Whoa,
that have... Oh, yes,
slow up.
I'm slowing up.
You've created the Ark of the Covenant, or recreated the Ark of the Covenant, I guess would be more accurate. What have you done? What have you done?
What have I done, Art? I've had a small version of it and a large version. And we tested a large version at P&J Metals in Richmond, BC here, and that thing went off ballistic.
Oh, that's my house.
Massive sparks and ionization effects and entities flying around.
So you said Richmond, BC, that's where I live right now. Okay.
Around in the room.
Whoa. Entities flying around in the room.
Yeah, listen what he said?
That's what Rudy Hammer, that thing went off ballistics.
What?
Massive sparks and ionization effects and entities flying around in the room.
Whoa. Entities flying around in the room.
That's right. That's what Rudy was saying. I think my camera's not working properly, he said. So he double-checked the film when he was filming. Like, this is like 6 months of work we did.
Yes?
For Blue Book Films, who's a contractor for Discovery Channel networks. So the main thing was major lightning and flames and white lights and strange little entities. And I had...
Did they capture this on film?
It's all on film.
It's all on film. Now, this is remarkable.
Hundreds of hours of film, Art, and it hasn't aired yet on TLC. I don't know why. It's on the Blue Book website, and they had a little show reel of it, and the show reel now is gone. The only thing that's left, I believe, is on the Blue Book site is credits, and they give the Ark of the Covenant revealed.
Good Lord, John. David, are you aware of all this?
Well, no, actually, I didn't know that this was something new that John was doing. But he did tell me something, and I remember looking at actual photos. In the energy fields, he could see entities actually appearing inside of the fields that were almost angelic looking from what I remember when I saw them. And possibly, I mean, that is a way to, when you think of Star Wars and these three-dimensional images of Princess Leia appearing out of R2-D2.
Right.
It was almost like that. I mean, it looked like you just see this field and this three-dimensional image just floating inside of the field.
John.
Is that correct, John?
John.
Yeah, that's right.
John, I need to understand how one goes about, in effect, back engineering the Ark of the Covenant. I mean, how did you know enough about the original makeup of the Ark of the Covenant to attempt to duplicate it?
Well, I have, Art, a lot of teachers, and some of them are like Ben Franklin and many other, like history. I read books. If I'm not sure of anything, I'll read books or consult.
All right, John, where'd you get the plans for the Ark of the Covenant?
All right, yeah, so this is epic stuff, so make sure to check that out. I'll put a link, actually, to it. Interdimensional beings. Well, I think he probably saw, well, he said beings, but that's interesting. I don't know what to make of it. But I think he definitely saw something that was like either electromagnetic, just like random stuff being shown. But I don't know about actual beings, but definitely something that may appear like it. But I wouldn't say that it wasn't beings anyways. Okay, let's continue another setup here. Okay, so I'm going to show the Ark of the Covenant that he made.
The Ark had to be lined inside and out with pure gold. The cost of this would have been over $10 million today. So instead, the replica is lined inside with copper sheets.
I don't want to get a copyright.
The two brass cherubs are attached to metal rods which lead down into the box. The team believes the Ark charged itself when it was carried through the desert for weeks on end. They think the heat and the friction would have built up a huge charge inside the box. To replicate this, John's attached the Ark to a powerful transformer, which will provide 50,000 volts of electricity. If his calculations are correct, the copper chamber inside the box will charge up and then spark between the wings of the two cherubim.
I think they'll actually put on quite a light show. You don't want to touch it. Definitely do not want to go anywhere within feet of it, really, when it's arcing.
This powers the primary energy here, here, so here. It's like cables again. Okay, he's connected. Why have I got this here?
Anything can happen, I guess.
So you're not concerned then?
Well, that'd be fun. What the hell? Why not? You only live once, right?
Let her rip.
High voltage, 50,000 volts, plastic
Alright, yeah, so epic stuff here, but they don't show the entities or beings or whatever. And here I just put a link to 9/11 Revisionist Odyssey account. And yeah, it's Odyssey channels as a playlist of infinite stuff here. I think there's an infinite playlist right here. There's thermite, distraction, building 7, where towers go, and there's the photos. That's my photo. I made epic stuff here. It's probably the flat Earth one here. Okay, so the flat Earth one, I guess so many people going crazy. Almost perfect video and messaging. Get them on a chat. Okay, the people want me to debate that this flat Earth Dave. I had to block a guy on Twitter. Just wouldn't stop spamming me with nonsense. Anyways, flat Earth stuff is just complete ridiculous stuff. Okay, so another one: BC Hydro UBC AL tested Hutchison effect samples. That's actually. So I'm gonna do a test right now. Hutchison effect. Hutchison. Site colon UBC. Let's see if BC Hydro shows up or UBC shows up. Okay, none on here because let's see if BC Hydro. Maybe, but yeah, he did have it tested. BC Hydro, Hutchison files. See what these words show up. Oh, this is on Hydro here. I think this was on here. Yeah, they discussed BC Hydro, but he also in an interview. Discussed by BC Hydro that they were testing it as well. Decades ago he was talking about. Anyways, so we went over that. Whatever's not working, I'll continue further. Okay, article by Dr. Abraham Hafiz Rodriguez and table of evidence, 9/11 evidence. Yeah, this is actually, he's wrote on Steam years ago. I'm going to switch it to peaked. Okay, so it's on peaked now. This is 2018. This is actually, this is the guy here calling out Richard Gage. And he has an epic article right here. So what society thinks happened, what truthers or what fake truthers think happened, bombs, and then you got justification. Actually, 9/11 happened. And so he has a lot of good photos. This is where I got that seismic, this is where I got the cold dew table. And so this is from Abraham Rodriguez, and I might actually get him on the live stream. It'll be interesting. Try to get him on there. So check out this article. It's from old school truther guys, and calling out Richard Gage like to his face and saying, "Why are you ignoring evidence? And why do you ban him?" And he got banned from Architects and Engineers Panel of Truth. Because that's what they do. All right, continue further. Eric Dubé, because we went to that. I'm looking at the setup here. All right, so get Hutchison neighbor on live stream. So I actually got a message right here. I actually want to get this person on here. So 60 degrees of separation replied to my chat right here. This guy was my neighbor, answers a lot of questions, swinging telephone poles, for example. And I thought dude had an epic grow up. Shout out to the New West Royals. Interesting. Yeah, so he says telephone poles swinging. Okay. That's interesting. At his setup there. So that was an actual neighbor there. Be interesting to get him on live stream. Let's see. Wow, epic. Would be okay, let's see if we asked him on there. Alright, let's see, continue further. Okay, Hutchison neighbor. Okay, this one here, this is a crypto project I'm getting involved with. So this needs $100,000 to raise in first stage in 45 days, January 30th. From January 30th. So this one right here, if you're interested in a crypto project and you want to invest some money, throw some in here. I'll be promoting this one right here. And there is a registration point. There's a Google form right here. Fill it out, and if you're interested and you have some spare cash, you could invest in a pre-sale. You get like probably 40% discount. Anyways, I'm gonna power through some other stuff. Okay, Christine Olander, Windows on the World Restaurant, South Tower transcript, a phone call at 9 a.m. for 10 minutes, fresh air is going down fast, fire phones are out, stairways full of smoke, no fire mentioned. And this was actually, because I was asked here, on my Melissa Dow video, I was asked, where can I find Christine Olander's call? And I said, interesting, I believe just a transcript was released for her call. So there's a transcript for it, and then, let's see, phone. And this was at 9 a.m. I think it's in the South Tower. Yeah, I believe South Tower. She was in a restaurant called Windows of the World at the, what floor? I think 107th floor. And she says, way too smoky. It doesn't mention fire. But then their fire phones went out. So which is supposed to stay, like, withstand fire. But then what is she calling with them? Like a regular phone? Okay. And let's see what else I have. Okay, her fire phone stopped working, but regular phone works, so that's interesting. And then if you look at here, what is a fire phone in this context? Fire phones are, in this context, in context where a fire phone likely refers to specialized communication devices in buildings, particularly large commercial ones for emergencies like fire. So the fire phone's out, but she's calling with a regular phone, and you can see her full chat. Where did it go? New York Times. So she calls at 9 a.m. She calls multiple times. And then this is 1427 of that, whatever those released. But they don't show the call, they just show the thing. And then 26, so 12 minutes. And then the other hangs up, and then she would die later. Okay, Christoph Johnson says, amazing stream yet again. Thank you, for sure. And yeah, now we're just Paulo's going at it still. Yeah, it's all right. So again, yeah, Judy doesn't. She avoids speculating. But I think in some ways that could be a detriment. Like, yeah, you have all the evidence. You're the most capable of speculating of what reality is. But anyways, that'll be if she's listening. If you could join the show, if you can somehow contact her, get her on the show and let her go. Yeah, just talk about her work and so on. Anyways, going further, helix wave interference generator. Okay, this is a cool one. This is from Fractal Woman. And yeah, and going back to that charge cluster, so the EVOs are basically millions of, so I wrote millions here. So exotic vacuum objects, charge clusters equal, Ken Shoulders made for first microcircuit, so Prince funded free electrons in electric circuit better. So this is another thing back to this, this Ken Shoulders one right here. Free electrons. He wanted circuits, he wanted them to be free electrons instead of an actual transistors. So Shoulders stated that at times it'd be better to develop electronics with free flying electrons than to develop transistors, where the electron velocity is much slower due to the ion cores retracting the electrons into solid material and semiconductors. So he wants it with free electrons. And going back here, so a charge cluster has millions of electrons all compiled together. Millions. So yeah, the main field of work of Ken Shoulders in the times after work at SRI was the exploration of charge clusters, EVOs. These are compact groups of millions of electrons. They defy the common belief that such things can occur because of the great repelling forces these electrons exert on each other. Yet they do not appear to exist and are not even yet they do appear to exist and are not even difficult to create once you know how. Ken Shoulders knows how and has been doing it for 25 years. And this one, let's see if I can find it. So Fractal Woman, yeah, she has a very good argument that electrons are just tiny magnets, and like atoms are big magnets. Let's say orbits, I think. She shows, yeah, little tiny, small magnets just literally follow big magnets. Fractals. See if I can find something here. I think I showed them there. Yeah, okay, so these are atom setup electron orbitals. I'll go to electron orbitals. They literally are just follows the isopotentials of a magnet. Or orbitals. Orbitals. Let's see if I could quickly find this. If not, save it for another day. Okay, there it is. Okay, so going back to this, these are on the top are different electron orbitals, or the probability that an electron is like found anywhere there. It's like mathematical wave equation or something like that. It's basically probability of a distribution equation of the electron at different setups here for electrons. And so if you see this one right here, this means it could be anywhere there. But then if you have this right here, what she's modeling here is with just a magnet. This is just a circular magnet, and these are the isopotentials, or the same magnetic strength, and it's showing basically it's formed a circle. And if you have 2, the strength matches exactly the orbitals. You have 4 matches exactly electron orbitals. So it's like literally a magnet. And going back, as opposed to using the conventional electric field. So her argument is these are actual electric fields. So what the probability distribution of electron orbital is literally the magnetic field. Yeah, these are the magnetic fields. Or let's see how it is. Going back to here, I think there's some other ones we went over. Okay, this was just an image, but I want to see the full video that she has. My ether model brain dump, and it might be in here.
Say the new.
Okay, yeah. So this is what I mean by the orbital. So if you have a magnet, there's a south-north, and if you have a bunch of little tiny magnets, they all follow the field line. So this is the mainstream magnetic field. It looks like that. But then if you plot out the exact strength, so look at the exact. So this would be the same strength across here, and they would have circles of the exact same strength. So this north, north, north all connect like that. So that's what I want to show. And that's here's the mainstream magnetic field. So that's mainstream magnetic and electric field that are pretty much similar. And she argues that electric field is just a magnetic field separated. When we put them together, it becomes one. But then what actually governs is the isopotential. So the real magnetic field should be, instead of this, the flux lines should be the actual areas where they're the same. So that's the key geometry that she argues, and then that's one where. So these circles ones should be viewed as opposed to this one as the governing body, and then she'll see compare that with a bunch of other stuff right here. Yeah, and then comparison with this. So highly recommend this to grasp it. Okay, this is making fascinating sense and makes perfect. It's fascinating, makes perfect sense. Yeah. Why don't you get David Weiss on the show? Either he is spreading disinfo and you can expose him, or you're a man of perspective. David Weiss shouldn't. Again, he should be in jail for like doing a psychological operation on people. Flat Earth Dave. No, the guy's a clown. Like, there's no way around it. Okay. First post. Here's Flat Earth Dave with the funniest nonsense ever, and he's not doing ironically. Let's see what he says.
They had a map of the world, and we said, okay, we're just going to cut out North America, a little bit of South America, got Mexico in there, Costa Rica, and we get rid of the rest of the map. And we say, okay, we wrap that around a sphere and say, this is all the world there is, and this is all they taught in school. North America, part of South America, this is the whole world. And this is, we'll call it Antarctica.
All right, okay? all right. So who's they? He also follows my on Hive. So he follows my MES conspiracy on Flat Earth Dave TV. But again, he won't show up on my channel if I ask him because I push 9/11, so he doesn't want to talk about the real 9/11 truth. Okay, perfectly okay to be wrong. It's all right. The truth is not fear investigation. Yeah, he is spreading this info. You can tell him. Yeah, you can tell him that I think he's a liar. But anyways. The thing is, again, a lot of people say, get this person on the show, get this person. Well, why not? What argument did they actually make? Everything he's made is a complete clown show. Like, for example, if you look at this one right here, where's the flat earth debunking? Like this right here, this debunks flat earth. Like, it's literally the sun is below the horizon. Okay, and that's like, there's no way around it. So if Flat Earth Dave has any explanation for this, which he doesn't, I've seen some of the stuff. It's just complete nonsense, absolute bogus and utter nonsense. Anyways, let's get back on focus. So yes, magnets pretty much are just are electrons, and charge clusters are just giant, many electrons altogether. That mainstream says the repels, but not necessarily. You could have something that's like repulsive, and then once it touches, it becomes attractive. I think there's a good example of that. Okay, I'm gonna do this. This one's worth searching for. I forward is okay. So we have 21 viewers. I'm gonna do a search of something that is very similar to the charge cluster, and everything's a magnet philosophy. This is Eric Lathwaite. Magnets. So he has some epic experiments with magnets. Let's see, big and small. No, let's see if I can find some magnets. Let's see, magnetic tricks. Eric Lathwaite. Okay, it might be one of these.
Switch on and...
No, that's that one. It might have been in this one. Forces of induction. Let's see if I can power through. It might have even been in this. Okay, so I'm gonna go and playlist. We're gonna just go content playlist. Eric Lathwaite. Or actually, yeah, I think I added MES Truth actually. Okay, so there's the MES Truth, and I had this is worth finding because it goes back to that charge clusters that they overcome repulsion because they have the same charge. And we're gonna go Eric Lathwaite. And I posted like all of them in one giant video. And then I think there's magnets set up here near the end here. Magnets. Okay, let's find it here. Search transcript. Okay, there's no transcript anymore. Okay, there's no transcript in this one. All right, last minute or so. I'm gonna keep finding it. I need to find it. Okay, and Eric. I believe it's the 6th lecture. Okay. Okay, it might be the 6th. Time has come. Oh, 6th or the 5th. That is my... And we're gonna go through it. Okay, there's a transcript. There it is. A magnet. Alright. Alright, I am powering through. We need to find a magnet, and I'll find transcript. I gotta find that magnet one. Magnet. Okay. Let's see what this shows. Sorry for the...
and a large attractive force holding it down.
No, it's not this one. Magnet.
Take away the big magnet.
Okay, it's not this one, and if it's not this one, I'm gonna do one more search. I gotta find it. This is worth it. Magnet. Because basically, I'll be doing this anyways off the live stream. Alright, let's continue. Magnet. Okay. It should be
Bar magnet. And I
okay, and okay, it's not anywhere here. Okay, so it's not in this. Eric Lightweight. And last try. Magnet repulsion. Circle of magnetism, and alright, we need to find it. This is worth it to grasp. Okay, it might be in here. It might be actually. There it is. It took me all this time just to find it. There it is. Okay.
Magnetized piece. If I magnetized bit of steel. And
okay, let's I'm gonna play this whole setup here.
I placed, but then you know you always get into difficulties when you try to explain the behavior of permanent magnets. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to use 2 bar magnets, and first of all I place them with like poles opposite. So of course they repel each other.
Okay. So like poles, again, like charges repel.
If I put a bit of steel now on the pole of that magnet, I don't change the polarity of it by just doing that. If that was a north pole before, then the outside of the steel will still be a north pole, and so it should still repel the other magnet, shouldn't it?
Alright, yeah, that was an interesting. Okay, so what I mean is attraction, repulsion. They're not like concrete things that it's always going to be one thing. So
magnet.
The actual fundamental.
I don't change the polarity of it by just doing that. If that was a north pole before, then the outside of the steel will still be a north pole, and so it should still repel the other magnet, shouldn't it? Surprise, surprise. Now in that condition, both magnets are pulling on the steel outwards. They're trying to split it in half. Let's give them the opportunity to do that by making it a double piece of steel. Now when I release my fingers, will they in fact succeed in pulling it in half? They do.
Okay.
Now here's a situation.
So 2 steel's repulsive, 1 steel is attractive, no steel is repulsive.
Situation, isn't it? In that condition, they just don't want to know each other. But with only a single piece of steel, both magnets are quite happy to attach themselves to it. I told you permanent magnets were going to be difficult, but believe me, there's worse to follow. Suppose I take an unmagnetized steel ball and an unmagnetized bit of steel.
Actually, just one second. Is my screen covering up everything? I don't know what's going on the display port there. Is my face showing anymore? Anyone in the chat? Because right now it's not showing. My preview doesn't show my face. I'll cover the setup here. Okay, so the whole thing is covering it up. Go back. Go back here. Yeah, is my face showing? Okay, this one right here. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Let's make this smaller. It's showing 2 things now. I'm gonna remove this. Sorry guys, I don't know what's going on. It's let's go delete this one. Okay, I don't have. Now I'm like, no idea what just happened. Okay, cancel this one. Mute. Okay, so one of them is. I'll delete this one. No, I'll keep this one. Where's this one coming from? Okay, this is the one that I somehow there. I'm gonna delete this one. Delete. Okay. All right, it's better now. Now we had two. Everything's fine. Now it is. All three issues apply to the globe psyop. Now the okay, matter of perspective. This isn't a flat Earth debate. Okay. Okay, everything's fine. Okay, now it's showing. I for some reason I had actually no. Now it's showing. Now it's showing. For some reason it was like. I had two of the viewports, whatever thingies on there, and now this is gone. Okay, now this one here. Now this is. I need to move this. I have no idea what is going on anymore. And okay, sorry about technical issues. No, I have no idea what this thing is. Okay, no, that's not it. Oh, show it. Okay, so this is goes there, and we're back. I think it's back. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Let's go. Your stream is back to normal. Faces bottom left, and then the comments are fine. Earth is pear-shaped. It is. Okay, let's go. All three issues apply globe side. No. Almost every flat earther will not talk about 9/11. Yeah, it's pretty much almost every single one will not bring up 9/11 as justification. So, so tell Flat Earth Dave to go do a video about 9/11 turning to dust and Judy Wood, and then see if, and then we'll discuss Flat Earth. But he won't because he's a liar. So anyways, yeah, that's another thing I realized. The Flat Earth one, they always try to combine like geocentric debate or whatever. Those are separate things. Talking about the Earth is not flat. If you think that our suns are revolving around the Earth, go ahead. But I'm saying, whatever it is, Earth's not flat. All right, let's play this again.
I'm going to put the steel ball on the magnet pole. As I approach it and touch it with the unmagnetized bit, I can always succeed in bringing the ball away with the unmagnetized piece. If I put a bit of cardboard in between magnet and ball to begin with, you can actually see the ball jump away from the magnet. Now I'm going to suggest that an explanation of these phenomena using the pole concept would be very difficult indeed. So what?
Alright, anyways, I just want to show that because attraction, repulsion is all very different. Mr. Mythos is fascinating bits about the whole Earth. I haven't heard about that. Okay, and let's continue further. Let's see how much time we have left. We have 20 people. We have, a lot of people in here. Let's continue, and I'll try to finish all this and then call it a day. And how much we have gone? We have 2 hours and 7 minutes. Unreal. And I've been standing all day. Let's go. So EVO link to the ether. EVOs temperature are high, just like cavitation bubbles and water bubbles. So you haven't heard about cavitation. That's a very interesting phenomenon. Cavitation bubbles. Yeah. Flat Earth Dave, is this interesting? Yeah, liar. That's the thing, like, it's not about the mental fortitude, it's about he's literally lying. like straight up. It's like how do you argue with someone that's lying? And it's it ends up just me laughing at them. Okay, here's the cavitation bubble. I think it's like high pressure liquid. When there's like high pressure there, it can form a little cavitation or a little empty space in water, and it just collapses and it can like destroy steel and everything. What is cavitation? How does it work? Okay, that'll be another day. Another day I'll do that for the live stream. I'll add it. Learn up on cavitation. Learn up on cavitation. Alright, let's continue in our journey. So the next setup is, okay, Pentagon, plane, ignore that. Yeah, actually, the Pentagon one. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, going further. Ken Shoulders. Try to fast forward. Only a few minutes left. Test out. We did it. Suspicious barge. UBC. ICO. Okay. Helix wave pattern. Okay, this is going back to the fractal woman. So this one is absolutely epic. You can literally. Okay, so this right here What do you think this is? This is a this is two waves intersecting, and the purple is an interference pattern of two waves that are circular. That's all it is. You have this wave right here going that fast, okay? And then you have the inner one inside there. And there's like 10 waves per each one of these. Combine them, you get this epic stuff. You can press C. And this is from Fractal Woman made that. So here's a video you can watch to learn how to use it.
Today we're going to do something.
Okay, let's see. What did I say? Interesting Matt G and not insane. What did Matt G say? Okay, let's see. Someone else says, apparently Miss never heard of pistol shrimp. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, Matt needed a chair for next week's presentation. Discussing 10 points of Jean Laurendanda's rapid, or you could also speed it up. Now, I do this strictly so that I don't spend too much time. Okay, going back here. So she made this code right here that you can copy and paste and do it, and you can also just use the one I set up here, and it shows you how to manipulate this, and it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so we have the editor. There's the J5. And so what you could do is, just to show you, you can go to her link right here. Here's the link to the editor, and here's the link to her code. And you can play around with it. Just copy and paste this. Copy this, go to here, paste, and play. So that's the default one. And if you press the letter C, you can change the setup. If you press C, it changes from the front view, side view, but you could do 3D view. And then you can hide whatever you want to hide. Let's see what you can hide right here. Max amplitude, you could change it right here for the, there's two waves, so make it 50 and play. So one of the blue is smaller now. The orange is bigger, and you can make the other one, their number of spheres, and they're all made by tiny spheres, so you could change it, make it faster. You can make this faster, this one make it slower. Okay, I made it slow. And then there's the number of spheres. Oh, and we could hide that interference pattern. Interference, draw interference. If you press comment this up by putting / and play, now we just have these two waves. Anyways, that was part of my research that I'm doing for the Bruce De Palma / electromagnetism video I'm on. It's actually getting pretty epic. I'm learning a whole lot of electromagnetism and so on in my free energy video that I'm working on. So this is a preview of the one I've been working on for a while now, and each time I'm learning new stuff about the ether. So I'm going through the Einol Dino's ether model. It's very, very interesting. You can see a lot of ether, very matches space and so on, the characteristics and so on. You know, I think the ether is next level needed for everything. Okay, Sonic Boom, they're cool. Alchemol sounds great video. Experimental pistol shrimp. Sonic Boom. I think cavitation is explained in some fashion, but I haven't looked at the exact models. Anyways, going further, it's fractal resemblance. Yeah, geometric orbital spirograph. Yeah, and this also matches if you've seen it. So go back to the one I had. So you could have this one here. There's the editor. You can go and play around with it. Right here. This right here, you know what this also looks like? This is spirograph, but this is also the ferrocell. Ferrocell, that's literally the lights and the magnets. So you have the ferrocell, you have a lot of shapes like that. My goodness, why would anyone not have a proper website? Okay, ferrocell. So the ferrocell, yeah, so this is literally the ferrocell. What am I clicking? Like, what's the, just open the image. Okay, ferrocell. And this guy made a ferrocell simulator. I think I helped with Fractal made it ferrocell. And yeah, this is spirograph. It's just light bending, or not bending, just like hitting the nanoparticles, and then it's an optical illusion. So this is actually an optical illusion. So there is the ferrocell. There's this interference of light, looking like that. You can make, and you can add different layers on it, so you can make it really cool looking. So we go back here, draw interference. Okay, so we draw interference, and we can add more circles. So image height, number of spheres. Let's go to this one, 100. See what this one does. I think I do the number of waves. There should be a setup here. Okay, oh, that's a number of amplitude there. Make amplitude a bit less. 0.9. Whoops. Or 90. It's 90 pixels. Okay, so we're trying to replicate the ferrocell right here. Something like this. Yeah. But I once tripped on methamphetamine. All right. Interesting. So Paul Lovell says we can do a drug hallucination live stream or something. Okay, continue further. All right, I'm gonna close these, and let's just try to get organized, and so on. Okay, so yeah, definitely watch this video, 100%. This is like just to understand 3D geometry and interference of waves. Epic, and you play around with it. And I wrote the red here. Absolutely amazing. Thanks for sharing the code and tutorial on the P5 editor. It's actually amazing. This is so cool looking. And it's so easy to use. Just go play around with it. Okay, and we will leave it and start to close some stuff. Okay, and continue further. Yeah, so that, okay, so that is an epic setup here. I'll put a clip of that. All right. And what's next? Let's see. Ken Shoulders, paper on Bostic from 1950s. This is the Bob Greener explaining Hutchison effect. Okay, that was an interesting one. Yeah, that was a cool one actually. Hutchison Bostic, I think his name is Bostic. Okay, Ken Shoulders said he started with the work at Los Alamos laboratory by Winston Bossett at a starting point to replicate John Hutchison's work. And this is Universe in a Test Tube. This is an article. This is Bob Greener goes over it.
Hi, my name's Bob Greener, and I'm a volunteer with the Martin Fleischmann Memorial Project. Okay, so if you were in any doubt that the work of John Hutchison...
Okay, this is from a paper in 1956. Physicists create universe in a test tube. Adam Gunn produces galaxies and gives clues to creation of that, and it has literally these set up right here. And work was done on there, and it has links to them. New York Times physicists create a universe in a test tube. This is way back, and again, it's all to do with the plasma / charge cluster. Science generated much needed. Let's see the clippings right here. These are some epic clippings. So right here, let's open this Bostic. This is the one that Ken Shoulders first started off researching. It's December 15, 1956. Guns produced Cosmos. This photo sequence shows evolution of a miniature 8-army galaxy formed by simultaneous discharge of 8 plasma guns, a development by Dr. Winston H. Bostic of the Stevens Institute of Technology. The arms of the spiral are traced by plasmoids, pellets of ionized matter, as they travel across a magnetic field towards a center at a speed of 450,000 miles per hour, about the speed as stars move. About the same speed as stars move. The action simulates in the laboratory in a fraction of a second what takes place in perhaps 1 billion years during the formation of a galaxy in outer space. Epic stuff there. So that's way back, 1956. All right. And MES just started a Discord. I don't promote it. I actually have a Discord. You can go check it out. I get some comments there. It's a few, but I haven't. Yeah, I don't reply that often. But anyways, I do have a Discord. You could follow my Discord. Again, you go to MES links. You could see all my social media. I have a lot more than you'll expect. So there's Discord right here. And you can post whatever there. And also, when a person buys something, it automatically, on my MES store, automatically shows up on here. I had some people on here. Let's see. Okay, this one here. Anonymous bought a classic T-top, and then that's perfect conspiracy workout. It's all scam. This one bought a this Hurricane Aaron T-shirt. I only had like 4 T-shirts, and then this one here, Spire T-shirt. So if you want to buy it, and it'll automatically show here. Kyrie and Ryan bought one. Thank you so much. We were big fans of yours. Kyrie, Ryan, epic stuff here. We're big fans here. Anonymous bought this. No, didn't put a comment there. Okay, and yeah, that's MES store. And so you can buy them here. Okay, so we got psychedelic emergency live stream here. MES.FM/store. And yeah, guys, you can buy some here and be on the Discord store. Buy some goods. And Paul was talking about his mind reading drug trips. Let's go. All right. Soon it'll be like a Joe Rogan podcast where we're talking about drugs and other stuff. Okay. Okay, see the next setup here. Ashton Forbes lost his mind. Shares private chat with Jonas Cloud photographer. Yes, if you're following that MH370, Ashton Forbes, so he's blocked me, unblocked me, and then blocked me again. Well, I didn't do anything. Like after he unblocked me again. Forbes update. So here's one in his live stream. Apparently, he's reading out private DMs, direct messages from Jonas DeRoy, the guy who debunked his whole setup because he took the photographs of the clouds. And then it goes on and saying he basically spams him, and then he has there's a whole stuff. But anyways, Jonas DeRoy says, "Hey Ashton, just letting you know, my lawyer is currently setting up a libel case against you. I'm not going forward with any charges at the moment. Let's face it, it's inconvenient for everyone, but just want to let you know that we're documenting everything you publish about me online and currently looking into our options for a defamation charge. I'll be in touch with the other relevant parties, such as the Texters.com legal team and our partners in the U.S. as well. I appreciate it if you take down any previous posts about me. I won't respond to that publicly, and I'm happy to pretend it never happened and let you run your business. May I have your contact information or that of your legal counsel? I'm proceeding with preparing a defamation case against you." But he kind of goes off the deep end and so on. And then he, let's see, he says, "F you, Jonas, you loser." And then he says, "No need to get angry, and you're such a redditor, and so as you understand the law. Kid, I told you to think twice before you made your debunk video, and you didn't listen. You didn't listen when I told you the clouds are moving and evolving, and when I told you to listen to the evidence. Everything you did to yourself. People calling you a fraud are in no way connected to me. You're just a loser, and you always will be." And he says, like, "Kid, I told you think twice." Anyways, this is gold. Thanks. And he says, "I could post our entire interaction for the lols, clicks, but I'm not going to, just so you want clout." But then he shows it on his live stream. And he says, "Sorry, one more thing. If and when the US declassifies these videos, I'm going to send all the families of the victims after you and have them take everything you own, since you decided to make a debunked video on the fate of their loved ones." Okay, so he's losing his mind, guys. He's losing his absolute mind. Oh, Ashton, okay. And then he went viral where he had 4.8 million views, made a video about the aliens at the Miami Mall. And also, Jerome Morfill, they deleted their interview with him. And Jerome Morfill also follows me now on Twitter after after that viral thread of the Hutchison effect. So Jerome Morfill follows me and then deleted the video. Okay, epic stuff. Okay, drinking some box wine now, so I'm not 100%, but I only drink on weekends. Epic stuff. I don't always drink, but when I do, it's probably weekends. All right. See the next setup here. Continuing further, Ashton Forbes blocked me and uses 9/11 revisionist content. Okay, we already went over this. Ashton Moore loses his mind. I'm just going to try to go through all of it. Okay, so he's blocked me. I can't see those right here. Okay, Ashton got a collection of Tom Bearden lectures right here. Yeah, he was sharing Tom Bearden stuff, so I'm going to switch over to Gray Calculator. Let's see what he has here. And Ashton Forbes blocked me. Okay, yeah, he's using these Tom Bearden ones, so he's probably saw 9/11 revisionist videos and the ones that I used from his videos. So he's showing this guy, but then he's convoluting it with MH370 and so on. And yeah. And 9/11 revisionist actually asked him to unblock me, but he still hasn't. So that is interesting. All right, continue further. Okay, so Bob Greener explaining a Hutchison effect. Actually, we'll show you that Hutchison effect one right here. Okay, so this is the Hutchison effect. If you go to his most viewed, setup, popular, this one right here.
Hi, my name is Bob Greener.
So this is a sample that he has in his hand.
I'm a volunteer with...
There's a Hutchison effect sample. It shows this, and he shows it's very similar to the sun.
And what I want to say right now is what you're looking at is the mirror image of this. I'm going to go in for a close-up. So here we go. This is a video that I shared many days ago, I think beginning of 2018. And there is your structure. And if you look at it here, it is what...
Let's go back here. This is sunspot right there.
And I will include this video at the end of... Just going to let this sequence of large planets. Incredible diameters. You have to remember, I think it is 99.8% of the mass of our solar system is in the sun, and almost none of it, the rest of it, is in our Earth, because we have other very large planets. So these sunspots are absolutely phenomenally big, and I'm just going to show you this sequence, which you, as I say, you can get anywhere on the web where, you know, it's talking about sunspots. And I'm just going to let this sequence run. And I will include this video at the end of the video. So there you go, there is the end frame of this sequence. And essentially, what you're looking at is the mirror image of this. I'm going to go in for a close-up, so here we go. This is a video that I shared many days ago, I think beginning of 2018. And there is your structure, and if you look at it here, it is what it is what's on there, you know. And I'm going to bring in the slightly color adjusted end frame that you just saw.
Alright, so this is sunspot, and yeah, he's arguing it's basically large exotic vacuum objects on the sun. Alright, Paul says, please consider using Super Chat feature. MES spent hundreds of his own dollars on Hutchison for sure, and then I gotta go to UBC as well before I drive and try to get them to test it out. Alright, so we're back on here. Sort of finished through everything. We only have a few left. Okay, so French translation of Dr. Judy Wood's presentation going viral. Yeah, so this is this person did a full-on French translation of her presentation. 35,000 views already in 2 days. Unreal. So if you speak French, let's play some of it.
Voici les tours quand elles étaient construites. De l'autre côté de la rue, il y a de l'eau à la base des tours.
Alright, so Night Vision is 6'3", 215. Alright, so he's looking to play in the Super Bowl as a wide receiver. Alright, epic stuff. Continuing further, or actually a tight end, or basketball player, and so on. Okay, let's continue further. And what else we have? Universe in a test tube. This is Winston Bostick, that one who did that paper there. So Winston H. Bostick was an American physicist who discovered plasmoids, plasma focus, and plasma vortex phenomenon. He simulated cosmological astrophysics with laboratory plasma experiments that showed that the Hubble expansion can be produced with repulsive mutual induction between two neighboring galaxies, such as acting as homopolar generators. Okay, that's the thing I'm working on, actually. Homopolar generator. His work on plasmas was claimed to be evidence for a finite size elementary particles. You have 4 finite size elementary particles and the composition of strings, but this is not accepted by mainstream science. But interesting setup here. So homopolar generators and galaxies. So that is that's the guy that Ken Shoulders looked to first research after, when he's trying to replicate John Hutchison work. So charge is not conserved. Yeah, so Ken Shoulders believes charge is not conserved, and so on. And then he mentions Hal Puthoff. So if you go to Ken Shoulders wiki right here. So Hal Puthoff. So in 1980s, Shoulders moved to Austin, Texas to work at Jupiter Technologies as chief inventor and focusing on electron condensed charge technology referred to as EVs, along with Hal Puthoff. And if you look at Hal Puthoff is an American parapsychologist and electrical engineer. In the 2010s, he co-founded To the Stars Academy with Tom DeLonge. It's like that Freemason limited hangout setup here. The guitarist of Blink-182. This is To the Stars Academy. All right. So that's a wild, wild ride. All right, continuing further in our journey, and let's see, we have 2 hours and 28 minutes. Okay, we have a good time. And yeah, so basically I'm prying through it because I took some notes from 9/11 Vision. Actually told me to check the chat less often. So just ignore you guys and just go through it. All right, going next setup here. Okay, EVOs photos by Ken Shoulders. Let's see these EVO photos. Okay, these were entrance and exit of a 6 micrometer thick aluminum foil that was struck by an EVO, leaving a roughly 2 micron diameter hole. So these are like micron, they're absolutely tiny holes in this aluminum foil. And he's saying that EVOs made them. This is a paper from someone reviewing a possible heuristic or just a practical explanation of exotic vacuum objects, EVOs, or charged clusters. This is by Graham Hobler, University of Missouri. So again, a lot of people are looking at this. So the stuff is real. Okay, Methyl Miner says, I gotta go eat dinner. Epic stream. Thank you for covering the entities. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you for sending me that. Sadia, French. Yeah, I'll be done soon. I'm just gonna power through whatever I have left in my setup here. Ball lightning. Okay, so next setup here. Sunspots. Yeah, ball lightning and EVOs effect. Yeah, laws and patterns of EVOs. Yeah, so basically the sunspots and ball lightning or EVOs have similar patterns or laws they follow. So ball lightning is rare and unexplained by mainstream science. So this is the thing. Like, why isn't an entire industry or focused on this? For example, mainstream science accepts that this is a phenomenon. So ball lightning is a rare and unexplained phenomenon described by luminescent spherical objects that vary from pea size to several meters in diameter. Though usually associated with thunderstorms, the observed phenomenon is reported to last considerably longer than the split-second flash of a lightning bolt, and is a phenomenon distinct from St. Elmo's fire, luminous plasma created by corona discharge. Yeah. So this is actual ball lightning. Here's from 1901. Interesting numbers right here. 1901, rearranged 9/11. Ball lightning going through there. These guys look like some Freemasons, maybe. Okay, and some 19th century report described balls that eventually explode and leave behind an odor of sulfur. That's interesting. Again, that's similar to 9/11. I believe there's some sulfur found in 9/11. All right. Yeah. Greener says patterns found in 9/11 side. Yeah, I showed some of this stuff that they're saying is similar pattern. We'll see if we can actually find that here. He calls it Johnson. Okay, so it's Andrew Johnson. Let's talk UAPs. No, this was my movie XX. So he doesn't want to mention 9/11 in the title, but he does cover it. Let's see if we can find some patterns here. Okay, there's the EVO set up here, and then he has images around it. Okay, yeah, it shows this and that blob. But again, that's I think it's a bit pushing it, but it's let's say Africa, the southern point, close to the Cape Towns. Yeah, another version is fighting a whole bunch of Africans. South Africa's wild, but its power might be out soon. Hopefully, it doesn't go out during the during the live stream next week. Okay, so Ron Michael Hutchison effect samples. I went over that. So again, ball lightning is they actually acknowledge that this is real, yet like it's not emphasized. Like nobody's actually researching it in the big scale. Instead, they have like billions of dollars pushed on wearing double masks. Okay, top 10 lightning strikes. This is an epic video.
From a car
I have it scheduled.
Eastern.
Oops, I have it scheduled for MES links. Let's try to find this one here. I just want to find the lightning one right here. Okay, watch this one right here.
Captured a lightning bolt obliterating a tree outside their classroom. Look at how the bolt shoots down the trunk and blows the whole thing to pieces. The 9th and 10th graders.
Let's go find
different tree. While some high school students were preparing for a test, CCTV cameras captured a lightning bolt obliterating a tree outside their classroom. Look at how
the lightning just strike it just completely.
The bolt shoots down the trunk and blows the whole thing to pieces. The 9th and 10th graders were preparing for the ACTs, so the exploding tree was an exciting distraction. Meanwhile, 1,000 miles away in Tyler, Texas, students at Bishop Gorman Catholic School. All you need is this 8-second clip to understand the destructive power of lightning. Those cars are lucky the rest of the tree didn't fall. Nobody understand the destructive power.
Is there a better view? Okay, there it is.
School were in for a shock when lightning struck a tree near the parking lot.
Holy cow.
All you need is this 8-second clip to understand the destructive power of lightning. Those cars are lucky the rest of the tree didn't fall. Nobody.
Holy. Okay, that's epic stuff. There's a whole bunch of other stuff here too. This plane, apparently every plane gets struck by lightning once a year. Okay, so Paul Oval says, you've seen ball lightning yourself. Epic.
2nd of 2018, an avid plane spotter was...
Okay, look at this right here. Oh, there it is. It struck the plane. That's epic stuff here. Okay. Well, actually, there's another one here. A car was struck, and the person was inside, but the person survived inside. It's pretty epic. Yeah, this was a tent that was struck, and it made holes in the ground. Here's the ground there.
Close to the surface. It looks like someone tried to dig gutters.
This was from a lightning strike. This is a car, and it turned the car off. Like, you know, all the electronics were turned off. Okay, this one struck him right here.
Zhang's car was stone cold dead. Crews had to move it to the side to wait for a tow truck to haul it away. Thankfully, Zhang was unharmed by the lightning strike. His dash cam wasn't so lucky. According to the National Weather Service, your car's metal shell will protect you during a lightning storm. The bolt usually hits your antenna or outer roof line. From there, it passes through the metal shell and tires before heading into the ground. Now, the heat from a lightning strike is enough to melt your antenna and pop your tires. The shock can find its way into the electrical system and totally fry the car, which is what happened to Zhang. On a scarier note, the lightning can snake into the defrosting wires in your rear window and cause the glass to explode. Or someone set their house ablaze.
Here's another one. If you look at the corner right here, a house goes on fire from a lightning strike.
A neighbor's security system showed what really happened.
Look right here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see that again? Right here.
Really happened.
And it's pouring out dust. It looks like it's pouring out dust or smoke. Yeah, but this is interesting. Let's say here.
Massive blaze. Police setting fire to the insulation inside. Isn't insulation supposed to be fireproof? A lightning strike can superheat the air around it to 50,000 degrees. That is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. Good conductors don't get as hot.
Alright, interesting. So that's hotter than the sun. Okay, that's how it heats the air up. So we're talking about some exotic vacuum lightning here. Okay, Apollo's less than you. No reason to be afraid. I fear you. Alright, yeah, talking about rolling blackouts in South Africa. Okay, so we got that. Let's see the next setup. Crop circle orbs. Yeah, that's another interesting setup. We'll do that for another time because I don't have anything linked up right now. 25 ETH. This is from Paul Lovelace, actually. So he sent me an email, this one, about this Professor Simon. He's not actually a professor. Okay, this one in here.
Hey, well.
This guy's not a professor, but he looks like it. I think he's a limited hangout guy. So he's actually, his name is Simon Holland. He's not a professor. Okay, and he also has a goat farm, which is interesting. Let's see. He removed the part where he says he's not a professor, but then you have to go to check his archive because I used to watch his stuff before, but then he covers up 9/11. He says that, yeah, he just tries to avoid it. But anyways, if you look at, where's the archive? I had an archive of it. Okay, I sent the archive, but he's not actually a professor, and I will find that archive. Okay, and this is the link, and I'll put the archive, so he's not a professor. Professor Simon is not a professor. And he looks like I think he's a character, like a 100% character. So if you go, click this link now. So here's the archive of his previous one before he removed it. He's a nutty. Yeah, but the thing is, he's not a professor. It's all ploy. Let's see what he says. And he removed that in his about page that he's not a professor. So hi viewers, etc. I'm not a PhD scientist, but I'm a professor having taught in higher education. Okay, what does that mean? So you're not a professor. So stop acting like you're a professor. So you're not a PhD scientist. I like asking questions because I don't know all the answers, etc. But he's a he is, let's see, he's a photographer, videographer, or video editor, and so on. Editor. Professor. No, he's not. Okay, and but he's yeah. There's a lot of editing stuff. Let's see what it says.
Hey, and welcome back.
Okay, Professor. Okay, here. What does he do? Yeah, he's a. Anyways, he's a video editor and stuff. So he's nutty. He's not a professor. He's just a nutty. But the thing is, I 100% think he's like limited hangout to just capture people involved. But let's see, where's my topic? Yeah, so I wrote 4 years ago. Sadly, the 9/11 disinfo will make it harder to watch your channel. All 7, not just 2 towers were turned to dust, leaving very little rubble or such to make impact. You could even see them turn to dust on my channel. And he says, I just want people to know that WCTC weird construction. That's all. You do the rest. All right. So he just wants to avoid it. Okay. But anyways, going back to that. The reason I show this video, or I'll just talk about it, is that, so Paul will send me this one. So he says someone messaged him, like a big scientist, but wants to remain anonymous, saying that they made contact with ETs, extraterrestrials, in 2019. All right? But the thing is, he's not going to tell, and then he said he went to the UN, but they said don't publish your findings until like, it's time, and that the UN has a 25-year. Let's go to that thing. So as a UN has a 25-year ET disclosure plan, and we are in year 5. And in the year, what would that be? We're in year 5, so starting with 2019. So 2019 plus 20 is 39. So 2044. That's when they'll say, oh, we made contact in 2019, but we want to gradually make ETs. Like, not to freak out the public. That's the story. But anyways, he also has a code form. But anyways, so that person says that they're able to contact ETs from I think 11 or 12 light years away via quantum tunneling. So that's interesting. And discuss the quantum tunneling here, and so on. And you could transmit messages faster than light speed or instantaneous. Okay, we're here to learn. It's not meant to be easy. There's no reason to be afraid. Why is he saying no afraid? Gee, I'm a little afraid coming this year. As a man with the perspective of a robot? No, anyways, every time they're using fear or afraid in different contexts. But anyways, let's continue further. This goes back to my giggling setup here. Giggling. Okay, so this person says right here, Matthew Solutions, I've always liked like this commentator, and he says, glad you like my easy solutions. He says, the way you giggle at controlled truther narrative is hilarious. And then I said, well, yeah, so I said it's a side effect of the experimental vax. Let's play this video.
That's what ballet is? Oh.
You promised. You can't back out like when you volunteered for that army experiment to avoid dinner at my sister's.
Mr. Simpson, you do realize this may result in hair loss, giddiness, and the loss of equilibrium.
Yeah. Just give me the syrup. It was worth it.
Alright, anyways, that's how I am. And, open, sorry, I'm losing energy, so I'm just going to continue whatever we see. And yeah, so I said, laughing is my weakness. He said, your laughing is my strength. Okay, let's go. Let's go, baby. Alright. Truth, love, yeah, so many clowns. Alright. Okay, this is, I think that was the 9/11 versionist. No, I mean, what's his name? Jeremy Reese, aka Alien Scientist, is the clown. As soon as ETs come in, I'm out. That goes for the very nice Mr. Johnson too. I have no time for the gradual alien disclosure stuff. I'm not getting on the hook from it. It's going forever. Oh, well, my view is that aliens don't exist. It's a lie, or a lie, or a Masonic lie. That's my 2 cents. And then winky face. You can take that or leave it. Okay, continue further. ChatGPT on EVOs, LENR, and transmutation. That was interesting, actually. Yeah, I forgot to put the ChatGPT in here. And then, so if you ask it about EVOs, it actually answers it. EVOs, exotic vacuum objects. So I said right here, and it can search for me too. So after a quick search, here's what I discovered. Exotic vacuum objects are a speculative concept within the realms of physics, closely associated with the work of Ken Shoulders in the early 1990s. Shoulders was granted 5 patents on EVOs, proposing them as a new form of matter. He produced many monographs on the subject, suggesting that EVOs are highly organized, micro-sized clusters of electrons behaving as solitons, a solitary wave packet that maintains its shape while traveling at constant speed. EVOs are observed as mesoscopic self-organized electron clusters consisting of, let's see, oh, where's the, I'm getting some message right here. Wait up. Please sign out with our Thermite soundtrack. Okay, I'll find that sound. Send me the link. Anyways, go back here. Despite being partially influenced by electromagnetic fields, yeah, so right here. So EVOs are observed as as a subdiscipline of condensed metaphysical materials of an indeterminate size, so unknown size. Self-organized electron clusters consisting of over 100 billion electrons, despite being partially influenced by electromagnetic fields. Their primary movement and control are theorized to stem from the warping of space-time via controlled zero-point quantum field distribution over the spatially extended entity. The exploration of EVOs is rooted in the fringe of scientific research, often touching upon areas such as low-energy nuclear reactions, LENR, vacuum nanoelectronics, and novel physics effects. These studies aim to uncover new realms of physical effects not described by current-day theories, suggesting potential applications in advanced propulsion systems and electronics. The concept of EVOs also intersects with investigations into phenomena like ball lightning, suggesting that they may share characteristics with condensed plasmoids or plasmoids, further implicating the production of unique structures within this context. Despite their intriguing properties and the potential for groundbreaking applications, the concept of EVOs remains on the edge of mainstream scientific acceptance, largely due to the speculative nature of their existence and behavior. Theoretical discussions about EVOs sometimes extend in areas such as string theory or quantum field theory, proposing unusual properties like the negative mass or the ability to travel faster than light, which will remain highly contentious within the scientific community. Epic stuff here. What do you think exists if not aliens? Well, I think even if aliens exist, they don't exist. I'm saying nothing exists in my humble opinion. We are all looking at our projections of our mind. So whatever exists, it's not separate from you. Going further, transportation. Okay, conspiracy theorist about 9/11 first responders. Okay, she sent an email. She's gonna do a video on that. Bro, we're nearly 8 hours. Yeah, I'm about to close it, guys. 2 hours 46 minutes. I'm gonna be closing it. And let's see what else. Am I fast forwarding? The G in Freemasonry. Okay, we'll skip that. The G in Freemasonry. But actually, Andrew Tate. And then we're gonna play. Okay, we're ending the thing, guys. Top G. So Top G, Andrew Tate says he's going to create a crypto coin, and he wants to be called Top G, and he says the G stands for crypto. No, the G stands for Freemasonry. And then this was comment here. The G stands for this bunch of occult mumbo jumbo, and it's like the cult of Aton or something like that. Genome or elite. Anyways, going back way back, I just think it's the Freemason ancient generative force or gnosis or knowledge, etc. Anyways, that is all, guys. And then we have a video right here actually from now the version says sign off with this. So we will sign off with this. I don't know what I'm gonna copyright strike. Let's see this. Oops, how do I just move it? Okay, I'm gonna play this and then move around. Okay, yeah, it's a bit hard to I'll find no, do you have the link there so I can increase the volume because it's the volume's pretty low. Let's go now. The version of thermite in here. I think you had a thermite there, and then we're gonna end it. Like it's better just sending the link to your Telegram. I can make the volume louder. Thermite, and let's see the video. There's a video somewhere here. Oh, there it is. Okay. playing the song too much. And that's all, guys. Thanks for joining. And I bet Entertain's an FTM. What's an FTM? Okay, guys. Anyways, that's all. Thanks for joining. Yeah, music, yeah, that does that. It's, I think music's the biggest form of mind control being used on the world, hence all the satanic Hollywood people. But yeah, it can be used for next level everything. Anyways, Stephen F., many people theorize as interdimensional demons. Yeah, but again, it's like, okay, then it just means, okay, well, what about, why is there an external dimension beyond? Anyways, oh, female to male. Oh, okay, FTM. Interesting. Possibly. I don't see why not. All right, guys. Have a good one. And next week is gonna be a 9/11 version is gonna go all in. He's gonna be presenting, and we're gonna just follow along and etc. All right, guys. Bye. Send me cash money. All right. Warning. Okay, that's all, guys. I'm ending the stream in 3, 2, 1. Play that song after the stream. Okay, yeah, for sure. Okay, anyways, guys, here's a link to it if you want to play it from here. And good night, guys, and ciao. Bye. 3, 2, 1, go. All right.